myself? Ooh.
The
I don't know.
French beat America.
Is that what the mute button's for?
Yes, that's what the mute button's for. Ah.
The French rule! Oui,
Vive la,
oui!
vive la resistance!
Vive la baguette!
Yeah. The first game we were just kind of pawing our way through the rules. The second time, she soundly stomped me in the floor.
Sorry, I'm having to get comfortable and eat my meal bar. Take bras off and things. You know, you guys don't understand that.
Oh my.
Same way you rip your pants off when you get home from work, like that
Yeah.
commercial where the girl rips her clothes off and she's got her sweats on.
Totally.
I love that commercial.
So, you want me to get you
puppies all
invited before I switch screens and all that jazz?
I've got to actually, you know, start,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to play without the app open, baby.
I don't have Steam open. Oh.
Mountains of Madness was a good listen. Cool. I've never really been into H.P. Lovecraft, but the more I play the Arkham Horror card game, the more I'm liking it. It's a really fun game. It's like XP coupled with storyline coupled with like campaign play for a card game, a living card game by Fantasy
He's totally addicted to it.
I think
we went to breakfast the other day and he's
fun.
like, hurry up, I want to get back to play, I'm counting the minutes. I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with you?
It's fun.
What is wrong with you? All right.
But the jury's out on Mansions at the moment, so
I have never even seen it except in the box.
it's that.
And the thing he showed me online.
I tried to explain it to Kemi as it's easier to play than Descent.
That wouldn't be hard.
Like way easier to play than Descent.
Because Descent takes a little while to figure out. Learning curve.
So, but we're gonna check it out.
Tabletop Simulator, I love you, but this music, and I know I can turn it off, but that's not the point.
Oh, I turned mine off ages ago. Invite Descent.
Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm dying down here. Shit. What do I push again to accept it?
I don't know. There should
Control.
Yeah, it's like
Don't remember. I missed it.
Control
Popped
Tab something. You want me to send you another one?
No, I got it.
All right.
Asheville. We were just in Asheville. All right.
You're loading, you're loading, you're loading, you're loaded.
So did you share any of the game stores you got to go to this weekend?
No. Would have, but the guy didn't give me a price break on Mansion, so I'm like, okay, fair enough.
No, I mean, did you tell anybody that you got to that your lovely wife
Oh yeah,
let you go to all these
she
game
took me
stores?
I consider she took me to 2.5 game stores. The half is interesting because it's a half a bistro, half game store.
Have a game store.
And it wasn't
I
really
took
that
you
much
to-
of a game store.
Everything that we could find.
You want to be red, blue, yellow, or green?
Blue. And I let you
It
buy
is a
things.
good day to die.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
Okay.
All right, let me turn off that music and we'll load up this music. And we'll do this.
Oh, that's a big board. Ooh, my head needs to stop hurting.
It doesn't use the whole thing.
Giggity. That's what she said. Or he said. Somebody said it. I don't know. The fuck are all those cards over there? Holy shit.
Those are investigators.
Oh my god.
Of course,
Is this like
you know,
glorified
this means
Clue?
war.
Yeah, kinda. But first, Kemi needs to pick an investigator character.
What is this?
I have an idea who I'm gonna play. So if you come over here, you find an
I'm on the
investigator
opposite
you
side of the
like.
table.
Huh?
How do I flip to the other side of the table?
Oh, like turn your angle? Yeah, hold right click and move your mouse.
Oh, there we go. So I was looking at that cool candle from behind, and I'm like, what in the hell?
It's got the big Cthulhu statue in the back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What am I looking at?
You need to pick an investigator. When you find one you like, click on the button that says pick investigator.
Okay.
There's
how
a
long
lot.
do we have to pick? Jesus, I should have done this before we started. Reformed cultist.
I
Entertainer.
don't know who I want to play. Ooh, the rookie.
Oh my god.
That one looks fun.
My allergies.
Here's one for
dick.
Kimmy, the secretary. Min Tai Fan. She looks like that lady from Mad TV. No, Miss Swan. That's who it is. Looks like Miss Swan. No.
I am not doing Miss Swan.
No.
No.
Well, they have Wendy Adams too.
Really? Interesting.
Monterey Jack, the archaeologist.
Why they cross characters with these?
Other investigators in your space don't need.
Here's a nun.
Oh God! You know, if you play the nun, I'll play Father Mateo.
There is the
The Catholics have come to Miskatonic.
the martial artist. Yeah, I'm picking the fucking nun. Oh, I don't think fucking and nun probably together, but it's okay.
The Catholics have the Catholics have invaded Arkham.
Alright.
Did you find one?
Yeah, I picked her.
You picked the nun? I'm playing Father Mateo. Fuck it.
Oh, I'm picking the nun. What part of I'm picking the nun did not comprehend in your brain? Hmm?
I'm picking Father Mateo. What? So who is it? Sister Mary.
Just call me Sister Mary.
So once per round, another investigator within range, so 3 spaces, may convert a clue token to a success while resolving a test. Your stats are located on the side of your card. That's how many dice you have to roll when that test comes up. And then your health is equal to your health over here. And your sanity is equal to your sanity over here. That's it. And that's your token. Okay.
What the fuck does she have in her hand? What is this? What am I looking at?
I don't know.
Is this supposed to be Sister Mary?
Yeah, very crude representation.
She looks like a monkey with a wig on. Stand! Is she holding a bird?
Sister Mary.
No, it's a lion with a wig
Stop
on.
picking bugs out of my hair, Sister Mary.
She looks like the cowardly lion from The Wizard. Can't. Oh my god. Is that a tiny witch's hat in her hand?
I have no idea.
I was hoping she'd have a crucifix. I am disappointed.
So we've got investigators picks, and all I gotta do is boot up the app and we're ready to go.
You've got a cool crucifix and I'm a lion in a wig. This is not cool.
Do you want me to share the screen with you, or are you just gonna...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to know what the hell's going on. That'd be great.
If I can find it.
Too bad I can't see it on the game board.
I'll just share this screen. Screw it.
I need more monitors.
My computer guided
really
dick.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, Saber, this is starting to sound like Narnia. Alright, so we click new game.
Hey, Zoen.
I suggested we do the
Lord,
Cycle of
Saber.
Eternity first. So, Cycle of Eternity, after a rash of disappearances, your investigation brings you to the Vanderbilt Dimension. During a meeting of a particular astronomical society, can you unravel the mystery before the Cycle of Eternity turns once more?
Probably not.
Alright, investigators. We took... Sister Mary. Where is she? Oh, Father Mateo. I'll get to him in a minute. I'll get to you in a minute, brother. There she is. Sister Mary. And Father Mateo. Very pious. Alright, see what items we get. Brass knuckles, fine clothes, medical textbook, azure flame, and plumb the void. So this is how we find our items. We just type them in here. So brass knuckles. Blip. Fine clothes, which obviously Sister Mary does not possess because she looks like a monkey.
She's a lion, and a cowardly lion in a robe with a wig on.
I don't know what we're doing with a medical textbook, but okay.
Is there a hood? Can we, or a mask? Can we please a paper bag?
Can we
something?
Can we stay 6 feet apart? You know,
Seriously.
something, anything.
I can see why she became a nun.
And then Azure Flame and Plum Void.
I'm gonna kick it up a little bit.
Hey, Bam.
No, he said Friday, Bam.
No, I said Friday. We're gonna be doing this Friday, Bam. It's cool.
He's just got a bug up his butt, and he keeps putting it off on me, saying, "Oh yeah, Kim really wanted to do all this and that and the other," and he's like, "Oh my God, we have to play this."
Is it working?
So there you go. Well, I do want to play it, but you're like super excited.
All right. So here are the items. We get to pick which ones we wanna, each of us want to take. The two Azure Flames and Plumb the Void are spells, and then the rest are items. So fine clothes, medical textbook, and brass knuckles. Roll fine clothes. Roll one additional die when resolving whatever test that is. What test is that? Influence. Medical textbook. As an action, you or another investigator within range may discard one face down damage. Brass knuckles, you roll 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed. And then Azure Flame counts as a light source and is a ranged attack for 2 damage. And Plumb the Void, as an action, place a rift in your space and remove your investigator figure from the board, then flip this card. Does Sister Mary have some deep, dark secrets I don't know about? Or she's influenced by the occult?
So is Plumb the Void like, fuck this, I'm out of here?
Kinda. You want it?
Yes.
Alright.
I was trying to see if there's anything with fire, but I don't see anything.
So, it might occasionally tell you to pick another card up of Plumb the Void, but you only get the one. So it goes up here in your inventory.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take Brass Knuckles. Because I'm that kind of Father Mateo. What do you want?
Well, how many do we get?
Yeah, we just go back and forth until they're gone. Or we can decide to choose to give something to somebody else.
I'll take fine clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Because she definitely needs something.
So go ahead and put it up in your assets section. Put it in your ass. Your inventory.
Put it in my ass.
I'll take medical textbook, I guess.
Okay, why is there another Plumb the Void over here?
That's the leftover pile. I just left it off your board. Just leave it there. It's fine.
Okay.
It's not hurting nobody.
You can take the light source because you have the crucifix that looks cool and you can go, ah!
Ah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right.
It's much more
We
dramatic
each
that way.
have 2 clue tokens in our bowl.
And God knows she needs less light with her face here. Good God.
Here we go. And there is voiceover in this. So listen carefully.
You slump into your office chair after another long day of interviews. You've been investigating the disappearances surrounding a wealthy neighborhood for 2 weeks, but you have nothing to show for it. The telephone rings. You answer, and hear the panicked voice of an older man.
Is this the investigator who visited the Vanderbilt estate?
You flip through the files on your desk. William Vanderbilt, a wealthy bachelor, mother recently deceased. He has refused to meet with you, but you are able to speak to several members of his serving staff.
This is Eugene, Mr. Vanderbilt's butler. I didn't know who else to call. The police think I'm crazy. Unnatural things have started happening here. I'm worried for my master. I think he's in danger. Please, help.
Finally, a lead. You hang up the phone, throw on your coat, and leave for the Vanderbilt estate.
Your car rattles up the uneven drive, pulling to a stop in front of the estate. Several cars and carriages are parked along the drive. However, the butler who contacted you is nowhere to be seen. You knock on the large oak door to no response. Fearing something has happened, you try the handle, and the door swings open into a lavish entryway. Let me grab him. And place entry hall.
You do know we were by the Vanderbilt estate this weekend, right?
We were actually. No, that was the Biltmore, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Vanderbilts built it.
Oh, well then this is a little closer to home than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll take these tiles and we'll move them down. Yeah. We'll put it in between us just to make this easier. One goes here. And one goes right. Woo. Creepy music in this. I have his nuts. Okay, and wall tiles as indicated. Alright, so I need a bookcase wall tile. One of these. Okay. Lock that into place. Oh, I need another painting. I need a painting! Because it goes right down here. Alright, you step into the warmth of the house. A strange stillness hangs in the air. You and your footsteps echo through the quiet entrance. Place your investigator figures right there.
Why am I not getting the music on Discord?
I don't know. Take Sister Mary and put her right there.
But Mr. Mary's somewhere. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not getting your music.
I don't know. Let me stop streaming here. Or change windows. Let's try this. Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Alright. You gonna play Sister Mary or is she gonna wait in the car? Jeez.
She needs to be under the car.
Probably already had a train run on her before she got here. Okay.
There she is. Sister Mary.
All right. So we place the investigators. On the left wall of the entry hall sits a table with a small pile of papers. Place a search token as indicated. On the right, a mysterious painting of a nighttime landscape dominates the right wall of the entry. Place a search token here as well. The silence is broken by muffled shouts and sounds of crashing pots and pans coming from the door on your right. Place an explorer token here. You notice a shelf stacked with books and other objects nearby. Pushing it in front of the door could prevent someone or something from coming through. Place a barricade as indicated. Where's the barricade? There it is. There's a barricade right here. You can shove that in front of that door if you need to. The hall continues deeper into the mansion. Right here. Place a site token as indicated. Investigator in the hall corner may reveal the adjacent area. 3 doors lead into the mansion. Place explorer tokens as indicated. 1 here. 1 here. 1 here. Investigator phase. Who wants to go first? So, on your turn, you may do 2 actions. You can do multiples of the same action for both of your actions. You can either move up to 2 spaces, and if you look at the board, you'll see this kind of thinned out white line between certain sections, and the doorways act as sections as well. Those are spaces that you can move into. So if Sister Mary were to move her 2 spaces, she could go here and then up to here for 1 action. Okay? You can also use an action to check one of the tokens, open up a door, so the red lanterns, the yellow question marks. You can also do an action to attack, to trade with other players, to start a fire, whatever you want. Please don't start a fire yet. We haven't run into anything.
Wait a minute. How do I start a fire?
You just say, I'm starting a fire, but please don't. We haven't run into anything yet.
Well, it's always good to be prepared.
Oh my god. Also, you need a light source to start a fire, and I'm the only one with a light source.
Well, if you had told me that shit, I would have taken it.
So, do you want to go first? How can we encounter a game where Kem does not instinctively know how to create fire? And how's it going, Crest?
I will create fire before this is all over.
So on your first action, you can move and like investigate, explore, or search these tokens up here, or you could search for your first action. You could search or explore these tokens down here.
Hey, we played Arkham Horror and I burned the house down.
She did. Burn that fucker right to the ground.
Damn right. Fuck that house.
So what would you like to do?
You go first.
Fine. I'm going to use an action to investigate that.
Okay.
A disheveled pile of paper sits on the table. Search. The papers stacked on the table are invitations marked with today's date. The stars have come around to their positions in the cycle of eternity. The Vanderbilt Astronomy Association cordially invites you to a celebratory evening. Gain 1 clue, then discard the search token.
And they immediately burst into flames.
So I get a clue. I get a raging clue. And I have 1 more action left, so I'm going to move here. Your turn.
Okay. I can do what I want.
Yep. You can move, you can explore, you can search. You get 2 actions.
I'm going to... What's this lantern again?
You can open the door.
I'm going to open the door.
Okay. Just chuck it off the thing.
I did.
All right. A ruckus can be heard on the other side of this door, shouting. The crash of pots and pans. Is that hissing? The door swings open to reveal a dining room in chaos. An aging man in a tailcoat scrambles through a serving window and into the kitchen as he tries to escape a strange black creature writhing on the dining room table. Discard this token and place the dining room tile. Will
Get the
do.
snake! Eek.
Locked. Okay, before you move in.
No!
Ooh,
God!
there's a nasty in there.
No! God, please, no! No!
You're not in there.
No!
Nope.
Do I have to use an extra? I've already opened the door, right?
Yeah, just give it a minute. I'm putting stuff together.
Oh, I thought you were done.
Nope.
The tiles are cool. Are these directly from the game?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you with my ugly.
The creature turns to face you. Its black serpentine body shifts and changes, playing tricks on your eyes as you try to focus on it. The creature unfurls its leathery wings and unleashes a blood-curdling screech. Spawn hunting horror as indicated. Then suffer 2 horror. You can use your head stat to negate, which would be will. So what's your will stat down here on your card?
5.
5. So come up here,
Mhm.
and you can either click on this button 5 times or hit the 5 button. Each elder sign is a success. Each of the investigations, you can burn a clue to get another success. But you take 2 horror for each less success you make. So you got 3 successes, so you're fine.
Okay.
Okay, continuing. Apparently, Sister Mary has seen worse. In the center of the dining room table
Yourself.
is a carving knife, sits embedded in a roast. Place the knife common item. There's a knife right here. On that side. A china cabinet stands against the wall. Though it looks to have been repurposed to store all manner of knickknacks, place a search token as indicated. You see a kitchen through a serving window. Most of the cabinets are ajar due to the food preparation, but one that has been locked shut with a chain catches your attention. Place a search token. In the kitchen, you can also see that someone has left the refrigerator open. Water leaks out into a puddle on the floor. Place a search token. And last but not least, you spot the old man you saw climbing through the serving window, huddling in the corner behind the oven. Sweat beads off his brow, and his eyes bulge in terror. Place a token as indicated. This is Eugene, the butler.
Hey, Eugene.
There he is. And he goes right here. Boop. You may move 1 space into the explored area. So you can move through the door.
Thank you.
You may. You don't have to move in with the hunting horror.
I'll move in.
Okay.
I'm not scared of that bitch. Mm-mm.
You still have 1 action remaining.
I do.
Yep.
Hmm.
You can attack it.
With what? My good looks?
You can bare fist it. You can hit it with something else.
I don't know what I have in my hand. It looks like a miniature witch's hat or a dead bird.
That would be an unarmed attack. You can still try to attack it. Yeah, Mr. Late said fist it.
Yeah, just what I wanted to do. Hello, I'm Sister Mary. I fist things. I mean, really?
Like I said, it didn't scare her when she opened the door, so it wouldn't surprise me. Maybe she was in porn before she became a nun. Who knows?
Maybe that's why she came a nun. Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen dildos scarier than you. I don't.
Let's see. What is my would that be strength?
It's whatever the app tells you to roll. It's not always strength.
Oh.
But I haven't told the app that you're hitting it yet.
Okay. Tell the app I'm gonna hit it.
Okay. That attack. What a type of attack will you hit it with? Unarmed. Fear rises inside you, and you react almost without thought, swinging and striking with animalistic desperation. Make a strength check. So roll 3 dice. How many successes? 1 investigation. Your target number, you have to get 2 successes. And don't forget, anytime you get an investigation, you can burn a clue out of your clue token holder thing to get a automatic success.
Okay.
Well, it gives you 1 success, which isn't
How do
enough
I
to
get
beat
to
it.
reroll? Anything?
Nope. You don't have anything that allows you to reroll.
I can remove my figure from the board.
Yeah, but that takes an action, and you're doing your last action to swing fists at it.
Oh, motherfucker. Alright, well.
Alright, if you pass, blah, 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 blah. If you fail, the creature barely seems to acknowledge your attack. Alright, investigator phase is done. Our turn, or their turn. Mythos phase. You hear a faint whisper behind you. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest will. I have a will of 5. You have a will of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we get to argue amongst each other who wants to take this Mythos event, me or you. I'll do it. Fuck it. You're already confronting whatever the hell that thing is.
Yeah. I don't need anything else on my plate right now.
It says, you search for the source of the whispers, but no one is there. I have to make a lore check. What's my lore? 4. I have to get a 1 at least. 1 success. And I got it. If you pass, you realize it must just be the wind. Alright.
You need to come set this thing on fire.
The hunting horror moves 3 spaces toward the investigator within range with the highest... What is that? Eyeball. With the highest observation. Then it attacks that investigator. What's your observation? Mine's 2. Yours is 3. So it goes straight for you.
That's great.
Alright. The monster attacks. Planting its feet on the ground, the creature rears up and attempts to wrestle you to the floor with its clawed limbs. Make a strength check. +1. So you roll 4 dice, not 3. Each success negates 1 point of damage. You got 1 success and 2 possible successes. So if you burn 2 clues, you won't take any damage. Okay. So you're fine. Each investigator must resolve a horror check against the monster within range with the highest horror rating. After all horror checks have been resolved, tap the end phase button to continue. Oh goody. I am in 1, 2. I'm in range 2. What's the horror rating on this thing? Let's find out. What's the horror rating on this thing? I'm looking to see where they at. Monster's horror rating is referenced in the investigating results of horror check within range monsters. Okay. This is not good. The result of horror checking my best select monster from the drawings. Oh, okay. The creature begins to clean itself. Though clean is a generous term, it runs its claw over itself, scraping off chunks of dried blood and blistered flesh. Suffer 2 horror. If you suffer 1 or more horror, the sight and smell make you nauseous, become dazed. So you need to make a willpower check at a -1. So I have a will of 5, so I can make it out of 4, but I'm gonna let you roll first. You have a will of 5, so you roll 4 dice.
Okay, so I was trying to figure out. And I don't have any clues, so roll good. Motherfucker.
You got 1 success. So you take 1 horror. So,
What, sanity?
Yep, so you grab this horror card and you slap it in your mental attributes section.
I don't take one off of my brain here?
No, each of these count as a point of horror.
Okay.
Alright, and you're dazed.
Okay.
So you are under the effects of this for the meantime. I have to make a horror check, and I have to roll the same thing.
I don't have any clues, so that's fine.
Yay, I don't take any horror. Woohoo.
You don't take a horror.
I don't take a horror. Alright. And Mythos phase. Yes. Our turn. You want to go first? Or should I come in there and bitch slap the crap
You
out of
should
it?
come in and light this bitch on fire is what you should do.
So I'm going to spend 1 action to move. 1, 2. Backfire, demon of the depths. Back. Also, I have brass knuckles. And my second action is going to fight.
Power of Christ compels you.
Power of Christ compels you. So we're going to open up the drawer and do attack. And we're going to attack unarmed because I have brass knuckles. As you approach the creature, you meet its gaze, and the unknowable alien intelligence you see strikes a deep, devouring fear into your heart. You try to persevere and complete your attack. Oh, jeez. But I also roll 2 additional dice while attacking unarmed. So it's my will, and I have to beat a 2. So I get 7 dice. 4 successes. And so I beat a 2. If you pass, you manage to bury the fear long enough to strike at the very eyes that so affected you, and the creature recoils in pain. The monster suffers 3 damage. If you fail, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so he takes 3 points of damage. And my turn is done. And I think he has like a total of 5 health.
How many did you take off of him?
3.
Oh, so he's got 2 left?
Yeah, about. That thing is disgusting.
I don't have any weapons or anything. This is some bullshit.
Oh, I wonder if I can do the picture-in-picture thing. I can. I can put it right over my camera.
I want to investigate this. Since I'm standing next to it.
You know,
Maybe
you
there's a
could
weapon
help me
there.
kill this thing. Jeez.
Well, I'm thinking, can I go get the knife?
You'd have to evade him. Which means
Okay,
you'd
how
have
do
to
I do that?
escape around him. Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's see here. Evading. Blah, blah, blah. It's around here somewhere. Hold on. If an investigator is in a space containing a monster, attempts to leave his space or perform an action other than the attack action or move action, that investigator must first evade the monster. If there are multiple monsters in the investigator's space, evade only the monster with the highest awareness. To evade a monster, an investigator selects the monster in his space from the drawer and evade. The button resolves the effect instructed by the app. Okay, cool. So first we bring up the horror thing and we click evade. Yes, we'd like to resolve an evade check. The creature snaps out a hooked claw towards you as you flee. It is a agility difficulty 2. So roll as many dice as your agility, and you have to get 2 or more successes.
That's not gonna happen.
Why, what's your agility?
3.
Good luck.
Come on, Sister Mary, you can do it.
Oh!
Yeah, bitches.
So she
She might be
spends
ugly, but she's agile.
1 turn to move towards the knife. And then you can make a trade action to pick it up, which will be your last action.
Okay, I want to pick that bitch up. Do I take it?
The investigator may give any number of common items, unique items, or spells to each other investigator in his or her space and allow those investigators to give him any number of their possessions. Additionally, she may pick up or drop any number of the common items, unique items, or spells in their space. So yes. So you use your second action and you pick up the knife so you can take it with you.
Okay.
So go ahead and pick it up.
I am.
And then put it in your inventory. There, you have a knife. Also, the little sword icon means you can only use it against things that are in the same space as you, and it does an extra 1 point of damage. On top of
Same
your...
space. Oh, because it's
on
melee.
top of your successes, yeah.
Gotcha.
Alright, so you're done. So we're both done. If you pass, you evade the attack and continue on. Alright, we are done. Mythos phase. The sound of soft voices reaches your ears. This mythos affects the investigator with the highest observation. I have a 2.
Of course it's me. You have to be completely unobservant and, you know.
Delirious and
Seriously?
unsettling chanting fills the air. Make a lore check to difficulty 2. So check your lore, roll that many dice, and try to get 2 or more successes. Ooh.
None.
And you don't have any clues.
Nope.
If you fail, the alien language sets you on edge. Suffer 1 face down horror card. Boop. The hunting horror moves 3 spaces towards the investigator within range who has suffered the least damage.
You?
Then it attacks at... well, yeah, it would be me. Monster attacks. The beast swoops in and wraps its sinuous body around you. I have to make a agility test 2 difficulty. I have an agility of 3. Lovely. This is not going to work. Holy shit! If you pass, you soon wriggle free. Suffer 1 face down damage.
Where the fuck are you getting successes?
I don't know. I know, right? It's kind of uncanny. Each investigator must resolve now a new horror check. The creature's keening cry rises all around you. Suffer 3 face-down horror. Will negates. Make a willpower check.
Me or you?
Both of us, but you can make one first. Okay,
Seriously?
so you negated 1, so you take 2. You take 2 more face-down horror.
Just American suck it.
If you suffer 1 or more horror, it seems the haunting notes become physical things binding you to the ground, become restrained. Oh, and that goes away because you had that last turn. But now you're restrained.
That's great.
And restrained, you cannot move voluntarily. At the end of your turn, discard this card. So you can't move next investigator phase. Now I have to make a roll.
Helpful.
I have a will of 5. Come on, big money. 1 success, so I took 2 face down horrors as well. Great. And I am also restrained.
Wow, that's helpful.
Our turn. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this thing is what I'm gonna do. You wanna go first?
I don't think I can do anything.
You don't have any ranged attacks or anything?
No. I'm a fister, remember?
You're a fister.
And the knife, you said I had to be in the same space.
Fister Mary the Fister.
Fister
Mary.
Mary.
The Fister Mary.
I can plumb the void, put a rift.
You could, if you want.
Where does it remove me to, though?
I don't know. It just removes you from the board, and then we find out by flipping the card.
I don't know that I have any other choices. Okay, I can't do anything. So, what now?
I don't know.
Pass?
Pass. I'll just go first. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this thing with my brass knuckles.
Doesn't matter if you go first or not. I can't do
It
anything.
doesn't really matter if I go first or not. Attack unarmed. You strike the beast's outstretched limbs, hoping to weaken its ability to strike back. That is a strength check for 2, but I get to add, or strength check, but I get to add 2 more, so I get it out of 5. Because I'm using the brass knuckles. I got it. If you pass, the creature's limb recoils from the impact. The monster suffers 2 damage.
It's dead.
It is dead. Beep. The creature lurches to the ground, dead. Hearing the monster's final fate, the old man in the kitchen cautiously steps out. Move Eugene as indicated. All right, for my second action, I'm going to... I'll let you talk to him next turn. I'm gonna search. A china cabinet has been repurposed to store all manner of knickknacks. Search. The cabinet holds candles, wooden statuettes, stones, beads, and other random objects. You can try to discern what they could be for. Make a lore check. Okay, what's my lore? 4. I got a lore 4. What do I get? 1 success. I don't want to burn any clues yet. As you dig through the objects, you begin to form a hunch that makes you uneasy. You have heard of objects such as these found at the site of occult rituals. They could prove useful to your investigation. Gain the circumstantial evidence unique item and 1 clue. Then discard this thing. Do we really have to call it circumstantial evidence?
It's like circumcised for a minute.
Yeah, I almost did. Beep. So what does this do for me? Oh, evidence. Just a bit more, in this case is closed. That's all it's there for. Oh, and I remove the token. Something's afoot, Sister Mary. And I am done. And I discard this card. And you already passed, so you discard this card. So we're done. Mythos phase! Clues you have gathered disprove everything you once knew about the world. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the most clues. Shit. You review your notes, attempting to reconcile your new information with the world you remember. Lore difficulty 2. I have a lore of 4. I got it. If you pass, you determine that your past ignorance was understandable but dangerous. That's it. Our turn. You can go first, since you weren't able to move last turn.
Oh, I can move now? Well, thank God.
Yeah, so you can talk to Eugene here. You can move into the kitchen.
Do I need to move into the room with Eugene?
Yeah, you got to move into the same space.
All right. Hey, Eugene. How are you?
Just gonna sit on his face, huh?
Damn right. I'm a fister. I might as well. All right, I'm gonna talk to him. So
Okay.
that should be 2.
The old man brushes himself off and tries to calm his shaken composure. You just came in time. Thank you so much for saving me. The name is Eugene. We spoke earlier today. I have heard noises from the yard, but the door is locked. I think something bad is going to happen. Do you spend an action to say, are you okay? Do you spend an action to say, where's Mr. Vanderbilt? Or do you ignore him?
I spent an action to say, do you mind me sitting on
Your
your
face.
face? You didn't even get it. First thing he
Let me
says
wipe
is,
off
hey,
your
you came. You came just in time. Sorry. All right. We can be cordial and ask where Mr. Vanderbilt is or whatever that option was.
Okay. Those ruffians took Mr. Vanderbilt to the yard. You can get to the yard through the west door of the hall. But the door is locked. Mr. Vanderbilt likely keeps the key in his... Wait. I'm not sure if he would want me trusting you with this.
It's okay, I can fist him.
Alright, you need to make an influence check.
I have a card for that.
You do?
I do. Roll an additional die.
So-
Resolving an influence.
What's your influence?
Not great. 3, so I'd get a 4, right? But you can't roll dice to save her life.
One success. And credits with the resub! 7 months in a row. Holy crap, dude.
Woo and ye.
Woo and ye. Boom,
Oh,
boom indeed, sir.
Woo and the
Okay,
ye.
so I confirm your 1 success, and it tells me what happens. No, Mr. Vanderbilt would not like me talking about this with strangers.
Well, Eugene, we'll have to set you on fire.
And that was your second action, so you're done. Maybe let me talk. You can always talk to him again, but he said something about a key on the west side of the hall, the entry hall.
West side?
West side. So that's all up to you. I'm gonna go check the rest of the kitchen.
I'm not talking to him again. Fuck him.
Fuck that dude. Can I actually move through these yellow lines here?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. Let me find out. Yeah, doesn't say I can't. So, 1, 2, gonna go into the kitchen, and for my second action, I'm going to investigate that. We're gonna take a look at the fridge. The refrigerator has been left cracked open, leaking a pool of water onto the floor. Search. You pull open the heavy refrigerator door, your eyes lock with that of an ancient being. Visions flash into your memory, and you hear its alien words in your mind, revealing to you the unknowable truths and unspeakable secrets. Suffer 1 face-down horror and gain the binding spell, then discard the search token.
Wait, there was an alien in the fridge? Is that what you did?
I don't know. I ran into something in the fridge.
Wow, that kind of sucks.
So, but I got the binding spell. So, but I also took a point of horror, so. That sucks. Alright. We're done.
Okay.
Mythos phase. Father Mateo has lost his way. Suddenly desperate for a familiar landmark or clue to his location, Father Mateo suffers 2 face-down horror.
Why?
I don't know. Apparently, I've just miraculously gotten lost in the kitchen. Oh,
well,
shit, where am I?
That makes sense.
I gotta make a lore check, though. Wow, 0 results. So I take 2 face-down horror. And then he flips 2 horror face up. Shit.
Does that mean they count?
I am startled and horrific arcana. You stagger backward in alarm. Resolve immediately. No effect. Discard, discard. Dope. You whimper as your mind rejects the impossible. Resolve immediately. Suffer 1 additional face-down horror for each spell you have. Then flip this card face down. I have 2 spells. Fuck. So, 1, 2, and this gets flipped face down.
You pretty fucking
1,
nuts,
2,
dude.
3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting there. I'm almost gone insane.
Great.
All right, our turn. What do you want to do?
I'm going to move.
This is gone.
1, 2, and then I'm going to search this.
Okay. A mysterious painting of a landscape under the night sky overlooks the lavish entryway. Search. Shadowy figures can be seen amidst the landscape. However, something in the stars catches your interest. Make a lore test.
There'd be a fucking key. Move your hand. Okay.
Oh, I made my hand.
Come on, Sister Mary. Oh, you useless sack of shit.
2. Oh, 2 investigations? And you have no clues. Shit. Okay, so 0?
What are the investigations even for? I don't understand.
Investigations, it means that you can burn a clue from your bowl here.
You only give us 2 clues to start
You
with?
can get more as you play.
We're gonna be dead in the next 5 fucking minutes. How's that
Maybe.
gonna help us? I don't understand.
Alright, your recollection of the constellations is hazy, but something about the painting rubs you the wrong way. There must be a detail you're missing.
I want to take the knife and rip the painting up.
You can't do that,
Why not?
because you can't.
I think that's bullshit. I can.
Alright. You're done?
I guess so. I'll use my 2 actions.
All right. I'm going to go 1, 2. I'm going to talk to Eugene. Hopefully. The old man looks conflicted. He obviously wants to tell you how to access the yard, but he cannot bring himself to reveal Mr. Vanderbilt's secrets. Spend an action. Where's the key? Eugene is reluctant to tell you anything more. You attempt to coax the information out of him. Roll influence.
Can you just brass knuckle that bitch?
I'd love to.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Wow. Really? Okay, I'm gonna burn a clue to give myself a success. All right. Mr. Vanderbilt keeps a strange puzzle box in the dresser in his bedroom at the end of the front hall. I believe he stores the key to the yard inside. The puzzle box can be difficult to open, but there is a trick. The butler instructs you how to open the puzzle box. Gain 1 clue. I got my clue back.
So, we haven't found the bedroom yet, right?
Nope.
Yeah, 'cause
And that's all my actions. Mythos phase. The lights flicker, then die. Place darkness in each space in the entry hall. Oh shit. That's...
Great. Thanks, game. Fuck you.
the lights just went out in the entry hall. Right here and right here.
Yeah, whatever. Whatevs.
Resolve event. The sudden
I
darkness
have
is
the light of
overwhelming.
heaven radiating out
You
of me. I'm
have
a
no
nun.
light. I'm the one with the light source.
Well, get your ass out here.
The sudden
Jesus.
darkness is overwhelming, and you find yourself completely blind. Make a will check with difficulty 1.
Whoa.
Choose a fucking roll. Will check, difficulty 1.
I don't understand the difficulty 1 part. My will is 5.
You have to get 1 or more successes to beat it.
Okay, you know that I won't because she
You're
sucks.
rolling 5.
This is Sister Mary.
Okay, see, you got it. If you pass, you force yourself to press on, using your memory of the room to navigate. You're fine.
Oh
Uh-oh.
God, I'm falling down.
A robed figure bursts into the entrance and yells, "There's someone here!" You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. Get rid of them! Spawn a warlock as indicated. Oh, shit.
Sister Mary, come back.
Where did she go?
She fell down and she's rolled off the board all the way to the corner.
Fuck it, I'm out.
She's like, I'm out. Fuck this barrel roll. Stop, drop, roll.
Oh, no, she's coming back.
Oh, don't go back. What are you doing, yokers?
Oh, she stopped.
Oh, God. Mary, what is your problem?
All right. A warlock has
oh my
appeared.
God. What the fuck is that?
It's a warlock. Did you hear anything I just read?
No, I was too busy laughing hysterically.
Jesus.
Watching her roll off the board.
A robed figure bursts into the entrance and yells, "There's someone here!" You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. Get rid of them! And the warlock shows up.
Yeah.
The warlock moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range who has suffered the most horror. How many do you have? 3?
Yes.
So he moves here. And
He moves
attacks
right
both of
past her. You can't even notice her. She's so ugly.
In the warlock, you see a reflection of what you could one day become. Horrible images of a future that could be swirl in your mind. Make a will test, difficulty 2. Come on, big money, no whammies. Got it. Your turn.
I get to do something? Okay.
Will test, difficulty 2.
Oh.
I made mine. So did
Yay.
yours. If you pass, you redouble your resolve, a swell of defiant courage pressing you onwards.
Not much of a reward.
Now must do a horror check. Some ugly dude and with a wand, and I have to be scared?
Yeah.
The warlock's body begins to twist and writhe, its arms and legs crackling at unnatural angles. You close your eyes, but you can still hear its bones grinding together as its body mutates. Make a will check at a -1.
Who, you or me?
Both. We both see it.
So, our will, and we have to get one?
No, we have to... Will check -1, so your will is 5, so you'd roll 4 dice, and then each success negates a point of horror. Otherwise, you take 3 face-down horror.
Oh, that's great.
So you only take 1.
Do they not count until they're face up or something? What's the whole face down, face up thing?
They do more shit if they're face up. Face down's the least of the effect. What did I get? 1 success. I'm gonna burn a clue to give myself 2 successes, so I only take 1 horror. That puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh god, I'm almost batshit nuts. Great. Great! Alright, our turn. We obviously need to get rid of him. Stab him with the knife!
This question mark here,
Yeah?
since I've already investigated it, does it go away?
Nope, you tried to figure it out and you couldn't.
Okay.
So it stays there in case you want to try to investigate it again. But there's a warlock that's doing weird shit right next to you.
Oh, he walked right by me. Okay, I'm going to bitch slap him with my knife right into his jugular.
You gotta move first.
She fell over. She's a little drunk.
Alright, so you can use your second action to hit him. What's your knife do? Oh, it just does an extra point of damage.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
I guess so. I don't know.
You're,
What do I... Okay.
You're
that
attacking
in
him. What's the knife? Bladed weapon? Yeah, it's a bladed weapon.
I hope so.
You attempt to bat your foe's defenses aside with the flat of your blade. Make a strength difficulty 2. So you don't get
Strength is a 3.
you don't get that bonus. That only is applied after you roll successes. So that's extra damage, basically. That's not successes.
Yeah.
So you got 2. If you pass, you take advantage of the opening and strike true. The monster suffers damage equal to the weapon's damage plus your test result. So 2 plus the knife. So you do 3 points of damage.
He's dead.
Yep, you just stabbed the warlock to death.
Yes. Yes. Can we light him on fire now?
No.
No fun.
All right, you're out of actions. My turn.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see what's up there. 1, 2, 1. I'm done. Mythos phase. Sister Mary jerks as some insect stings her neck. The wound is tiny but releases a foul green pus. Sister Mary suffers 1 face down damage and 1 horror.
Thanks, game.
So you get 1 red card and 1 horror card. Our turn. You can go first. I'm investigating the rest of the kitchen.
Can I try investigating this again?
You
Or can I
can.
get the lights turned on? I mean, what's going on here?
Lights aren't bugging you, apparently.
Mm.
At least I don't think they are. But let me look. Darkness hinders investigators' ability to resolve skill tests and puzzles. An investigator in a space containing darkness cannot spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. Each investigator in or adjacent to a space containing a light source or fire ignores the effects of darkness.
Okay. Well, there's a lamp.
Yeah, but it's currently off. So you can search things, and you can move, you just can't use clues to give yourself bonuses.
I'm gonna move.
Okay. You can move up 2 spaces.
And I'm going to explore the bathroom.
Okay. Bathroom. A wooden plaque marked WC adorns the door to the hall bathroom.
What the closet?
Through the door, you find a small bathroom lined with white tile. Between the porcelain toilet and sink, a small wooden cabinet sits against the wall. Place a search token as indicated. You may move 1 space into the explored area.
I'm in the bathtub.
You're in the bathtub? Okay.
Mhm.
Alright, I'm going to spend an action to find out what this is. Someone has locked this cabinet by wrapping a chain around the handles. The chain is sturdy, but the cabinet's doors are made of thin wood. You think you could break one of the doors off. Make a strength check. Roll 2 additional dice if you have the crowbar common item. I do not, so... What's my strength? 3. Ooh, I'm gonna burn...
Up here.
I think I'm gonna burn a clue on this for 2 successes. The flimsy wood cracks as you pull the cabinet door off its hinges. Gain the lucky ring common item. What? I got a lucky ring?
Of course you do. You got light and a lucky ring.
Damn right. What's this thing do? Once per round, you may re-roll all of your dice. Well, I can give it to you. You can trade items. You might need it more than me, so... And then I move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay. Mythos phase!
Oh, God.
Your meager pool of light threatens at every moment to burn out. This Mythos event affects investigator with a light source. Ah, crap. It's me. In a fit of despair, you vow to face the darkness without your light, for it cannot protect you from the true terrors anyway. Suffer 1 horror, then discard 1 improvement and drop a light source. So I take a horror. I drop my light source. And discard 1 improvement? I don't have any improvements.
What happens if you're crazy?
We're about to find out. Alright, let's find out what happens when I go batshit nuts. Yay! When an investigator suffered horror, whether face up or face down, equal to his sanity, that investigator becomes insane! When an investigator becomes insane, he gains an insane condition and discards all of his face-down horror cards. He reads the back of his insane condition, but he cannot reveal the back of the card to other investigators. An investigator's insane condition might alter how that investigator wins and loses the game. In such case, He may want to perform one or more actions that he would not otherwise want to perform. See rarely used actions on the page of the rules reference. Oh, great. Oh, this is gonna suck. Where's the insane card?
Then I won't watch.
Look at the back
So-
of this card, but do not reveal it to other investigators. When you have suffered horror equal to your sanity again, you are eliminated. Oh, great. So I take all of my horror cards, and I put them back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, don't look. Chat, don't look. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Fuck. That sucks balls. All right, your turn.
Don't tell me something sucks balls. I don't know what it said.
Yeah, you're right. You don't. I've snapped, and nobody knows why or how.
My turn. I'm going to investigate that question mark.
Okie dokie. A wooden cabinet sits against the bathroom wall. You try the drawer, but warped wood has left it stuck shut. Make a strength test. Yeah, right.
Stop making fun of my strength.
Well, mine's 3 too. Apparently, people of the cloth aren't that strong.
We need a gym at the church. Go, Sister Mary. That
Oh,
sucks.
jeez. Go with Christ, bro. All right.
Power of Christ does not compel me.
You
All right,
struggle with the drawer to no avail, but to no avail, it remains stuck.
I'm doing it again.
Okay. Make a strength
Come
test.
on, motherfucking drawer. Open.
You got one success.
Dang it. Does it
With a
come halfway
powerful
open?
tug, you open the drawer. Inside, you find an item
Ooh.
that looks like it has been sitting there for quite some time. Gain the sensible shoes common item.
Sensible shoes. The fuck?
Now she has fine clothes and sensible shoes.
Wow, man, Sister Mary, you're hurting.
That is hilarious. All right.
Oh my god.
Here you go.
Too funny.
So roll
What do
one
they
additional
do?
die when resolving an agility test.
Hey, I'll take that.
You have sensible shoes now.
Kick someone's ass with
All
my
right.
shoes.
My turn. I'm
Now,
gonna-
does this go away since I got it
yeah.
out?
Yeah, it goes away. And I'm going to spend an action to pick up my Azure Flame. And then I'm going to spend an action to move. 1, 2.
Well, I think she's an ex-porn star, Crast, but she had to wear a bag over her head or something.
I move
She's
out,
cute in the picture, but her little statue. Ooh, ooh.
and I'm like, why the fuck is the hallway dark?
Because you took the light with you and then you lost it, you asshole.
That's true. I picked it back up. We're good. All right, I am done. So, Mythos phase.
Great.
When Father Mateo speaks, he does not recognize the deep voice or even the words uttered. Father Mateo becomes mesmerized. Eventually, he realizes he is yelling about gates and keys. Make a will test difficulty 2.
Gates and keys. Oh
Gates
my.
and keys and gates and keys and gates and keys. If he passes, which I did, he manages to silence himself. What the hell is that? A robed figure appears from a side door and begins searching around. Upon seeing signs of other people, the figure yells, "There's someone here!" You hear a muffled response from another part of the estate. "Get rid of them!" Spawn a dark druid is indicated. There he is.
And we blockade the dining room.
No, you're not there.
You can blockade the dining room.
I can blockade the door. A robed figure. Oh, the robed figure sneaks into the dining room and comes face to face with Eugene. The butler yells in fright and flees into the entryway. Move Eugene as indicated. Meh. The Dark Druid moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then it attacks the investigator within range with the highest agility. I have a 3. You have a 3.
Me now because I have senseless shoes.
Sensible, not senseless.
I have seductive shoes.
All right, he's attacking me through the door.
Right.
At first, you're sure the druid is still far away from you, but then you turn and a weathered face leers up at you from the brush. I have to make a lore check at difficulty 2, 4. Shit. I'm in the dark. I can't use clues. Oh, I have a light source. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have a reroll too. The ring? Lucky ring?
Oh, yeah, I do. Haha. Lucky ring, go. Oh, yeah, way better. Thank you.
Exactly, Crest. Because she didn't have shoes on earlier. That was the whole issue with the rolling.
If you pass, the terrible vision fades into a scattering of leaves on the wind. Now we get to do a horror check. You, I don't think do. No, you're out of range. Just me. There's something...
It got fisted. It did.
There's something to the figure's stance, some animalistic attitude that makes you doubt that man is anything but an ape. Suffer 1 horror, lore negates.
Actually, I fisted the warlock, and he beat the crap with his brass knuckles out of the tapeworm thing. Yeah.
I got a success. We're fine.
Can you blockade that bitch now?
As soon as I get my turn back, which is now my turn. So, we're going to spend an action to barricade the door. Bye, fucker!
Yeah.
Barricades? What do barricades do?
Sister Mary tried to roll off the table. It was awesome when she was trying to escape.
Allows an investigator to block a door to prevent monsters from getting through. As an action, an investigator in a space containing a barricade may move the barricade against a door or move the barricade away from the door it blocks. Investigators and monsters cannot move through blocked doors. However, a monster can destroy a barricade that blocks its path. If a monster attempts to move through a blocked door, it rolls a number of dice equal to its brawn. If it rolls 2 or more successes, the barricade is discarded and the monster moves as normal. Otherwise, the monster does not move. Alright, so that's my first action. I look at Eugene and I say, run! I'm here!
Oh, hi.
Your turn.
The power of Christ compels you. My turn. All right. Well, I've done everything. I've taken a bath and I've gotten sensible shoes. All right. Or seductive shoes or something. Should we go to this way or should we go back in the hall and go this way?
Oh, hold on. Before you take your turn, you walked into this corner hall. This should have activated. I'm sorry. The hall continues deeper into the mansion. Investigator in the hall corner 3 may reveal the adjacent area. Okay, I'm doing it. Sorry. The hall continues from the bathroom hall toward the side of the mansion. Place the hull end tile as indicated and discard all site tokens. Okay, what is it called? The hull end tile? Hull end. Boop. So it does like these. Lock in place. Someone acting in a hurry has knocked over a stack of papers. Place a search token as indicated. Three doors lead to other rooms of the mansion. Place the explorer tokens. Blip. 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 You could use the surrounding furniture to barricade the doors should the need arise. Place a barricade as indicated.
Would I have a light source since you're in this space and I would be in this space?
Light sources only count if there's a darkness tile on the board, so it doesn't really matter.
There is, right here.
Only if
Right
I'm
here.
only if I'm standing near it or next to it. So yeah, this darkness tile doesn't. It's not doing anything right now. But
Okay, so it is
the
lit
only
up.
thing darkness does is means that while you're in that space, you cannot use clue tokens to change results on your rolls.
But I thought it was giving me trouble trying to search this.
No, it doesn't give you any trouble to search that.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna go back and search that again.
Okay. And in fact, if you have clue tokens, you can actually use them because the darkness is adjacent to me and I have a light source.
I do not have clue tokens. So 1.
2.
Oh God, she's
She's
fallen down
drunk
again. Jesus. Okay, and then I want to search that.
Okay. A mysterious painting of a landscape under the night sky overlooks the lavish entry. Shadowy figures can be seen amidst the landscape. However, something in the stars catches your interest. Make a lore test.
Okay. How many do I need to get?
As many as you can. It doesn't give me a difficulty for this. It just says roll.
2 and 2.
2 successes. You identify several of the specks of light in the sky as planets. They are all occupying the same section of the sky, as if coming into alignment, not unlike the planets in the sky tonight. Beneath the painting, a plaque reads, "In memory of Lilith Vanderbilt. Gain 2 clues, then discard this search token."
Yeah.
So take 2 of these and put them in your bowl. Good job. Good job!
Good job.
You finally figured it out. All right, are you done?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I basically tell you, don't go back down that way. There's a very nasty man down there that wants to kill us. And Eugene
Okay.
has been running up the hallway.
Fuck you, Eugene. We'll sacrifice him.
When the scream begins, you believe it to be a human being crying out in fear. By the time the last echoes die, you can only conclude it is some sort of wild beast, far closer than you would like. Each investigator suffers 1 face-down horror.
Oh God.
Boop. So what do you have? 1, 2,
5,
5? Okay.
6.
You're getting close to being crazy.
Wait, 7. I don't know. They keep multiplying.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you have 7. All right. The Dark Druid moves up to 2 spaces to be within blah, 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 blah. But he can't because there's a barricade. So, what's his brawn? 2. He does not make it. He doesn't do shit.
Yay.
The Dark Druid moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. He can't. Each investigator must resolve a horror check. Can't, because I can't see him.
Yep.
Nope, don't even care. Our turn. That bitch can stay in there.
Mhm.
You can go first. The game is afoot, Sister Mary. And I love your shoes. Where did you find those?
Well, thank you. They're very, very sensible. Movement, and I'm going to explore
Oh, shit.
that.
Oh, God. Oh, she's gonna get us all killed. I hate opening up doors in this game.
Well, you're close. You can barricade the bitch, because you're right there.
A wood plaque marked library is fastened to the center of the door. The door creaks on its hinges as you push it open to reveal the library. Bookshelves line the walls. Discard the Explorer token and place the library tile. Library. Library. A pile of research materials that have been recently used sits on a small wooden desk. Place a search token. Boop. A robed figure is pushing a bookshelf back into place. Place a search token as indicated. Oh, sorry. It was that one. The figure shouts with alarm upon seeing you. Spawn a dark druid in the library as indicated.
They sure like their damn dark druids.
They do. They really, really do. Then you suffer one horror. Will negates. So make a will check. Otherwise, for each will success you get, you negate 1 point of damage. So you only really got to get one success. What'd you get? 2? Oh yeah, you're fine.
Am I out of movement or actions?
It says you may move 1 space into the explored area if you so choose.
No. Can I move 1 space here?
You spent an action to open the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you spend an action to move to that space?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 2 actions.
Okay.
Is it
I'm
my turn?
barricade this bitch.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
going to. That library can stay in there. We're good. So, move, barricade.
Ah,
Bye, Felicia. Even though there might be something important in there.
not important enough.
Mythos phase. You're suddenly aware of the awful and unstoppable passage of time, obsessively dwelling on your ultimate mortal fate. Each investigator suffers 2 face-down horror. Will negates.
Really? This is dumb. Even if we can't see him because he's blockaded?
No, this isn't him. This is something else.
Oh,
Okay, I'm fine.
Right.
If you burn a clue, you'll be fine. You're fine.
Alright.
All right. Oh, I forgot to put a mark on that dark druid. That's the red one. You just... There, good enough, whatever. This is the other druid, so he's gonna make a brawn test, try to bust through the door. Or the barricade. Brawn check. Nada. No investigators in the space. No investigators in the space. Each investigator must resolve a horror check. Nope, can't see nothing. We basically blockaded him in there. Alright, our turn.
You can go first.
I'm gonna see what is behind door number 2 here. I'm gonna move over here and open that door. It's another cultist.
However, we have no option to blockade it.
That's true. The door opens into a bedroom that seems modest compared to the decor in the rest of the mansion. Discard this explorer token and place a bedroom.
That's where the key is, right?
Possibly.
Isn't that what Eugene told you?
I think so.
Okay. While you're setting that up, I'm going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right. And then there's a painted wall. Right here. Near the door, a small writing desk holds an immense book. Oh, goody. A large dresser stands against the wall beside the master bed. Place a search token. I may move one space. There it goes. Waiting for it to fall into place. It finally did. There we go. We'll just wait for Kimmy to get back. And I move into it. So what do you guys think so far? I'll be frankly honest, the reason why we didn't pick up a physical copy yet, even though we were highly tempted to, is we visited a hobby store on our trip. And the main box set by itself, they were charging, what was it, $93? And we're like, Kimmy really wanted to get it, and I'm just like, I mean, you might as well take out a home loan. I mean, isn't Gloomhaven like $120? So I was like, no, I'd rather test it out on TTS before I decide if I want to buy it or not, if it's worth it. And so far, it's pretty cool. But while I have a chance, I wanted to get you guys' attention really quick because I want to make an announcement for this Friday stream. We are starting officially. We're going to be doing kind of a mini playthrough of Mansions of Madness. So we're going to be doing like a mini campaign, like maybe 3 or 4 scenarios back to back. Not all on this coming Friday. We're going to break it up. But we could really use your help with some more investigators for those of you that want to join in and help. We can have a grand total of 4 players. So it's going to be me, Kemi, hopefully Kemi, and 2 more people. So if you're interested for this Friday and possibly for future Fridays, please message me or let me know as soon as possible that you're interested. No experience is required. You don't need to have anything other, but the one requirement that we do suggest you have is Tabletop Simulator. Otherwise, you can't really play. So, and if you don't have a copy of Tabletop Simulator and you love board games and RPGs and all sorts of that kind of stuff, I highly suggest you pick up a copy. It's worth every penny. All right, I'm done shilling. Okay, so I moved into the space. So that was basically a move and an explore. So I'm done. So it's your turn. This place is huge, yo.
Basically my turn. Okay. I am going to move.
Okay.
And then I'm going to search this.
Okay. All right. A stack of papers has been strewn about the floor. Search. Amidst the mundane paperwork, you find a weathered page covered in strange script. Someone has scrawled a note in English across the top of the page. Speak these words for great power. Do you recite the script or return the papers?
I recite the script.
Oh, God. She's going to open up a gateway to hell.
Walla walla, binga banga booma bomb.
The eldritch words take on a life of their own as you speak them, reshaping your mind with new understanding of the script you are looking at. The lights flicker, and you hear a whisper in your ear. Power comes with a price. Gain the spectral razor spell, then discard this search token. The spectral
and then go
razor?
cray cray.
Ooh. Spectral Razor. It's a 2 damage melee spell. The energy you channel lashes out with deadly precision. Is there anything on the back of it? Oh yeah, there is. Dope. Finishing the incantation, you hope that this power will be enough to protect you. No additional effect. Discard this card and then gain another Spectral Razor spell. Alright, so that doesn't really do much else. Alright. That's gone.
I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard, Mary.
Mary. Sensible shoes marries a wizard.
You're a wizard, Mary.
She's a Fista wizard.
Fista Wizard Mary.
Fista Mary.
Alright. Are you done?
Oh God, yeah, we're too easily amused.
You're
I'm
a
done.
wizard, man. I'm sorry, that was such a good joke. Alright. Mythos phase. All the bad shit happens. Each foe you encounter has cold death in their eyes, and eventually they will get the best of you. This mythos affects each investigator in the library. In a library. Well, nobody's in the library. So, fuck off! Ah, no. You start to hear the sound of voices chanting in unison from another part of the estate. The ritual is nearly complete! Someone stop them! Spawn a warlock as indicated.
The voices say, "Get those shoes." Get those shoes.
As the cultist bursts into the lobby, Eugene yells with fright and scrambles through the west door of the lobby. Remove Eugene from the board. Nah.
Eugene, you're a puss.
Alright, Dark Druid number 1. Gotta break through the barricade. Nope. Dark Druid number 2. Gotta break through the barricade. Nope. The Warlock moves 2 spaces, up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible.
Wait, where did we get a warlock?
He showed up. He said the ritual is almost complete. Oh, hi. Monster attacks. A flash
Oh, I
of
thought
light.
it said another dark druid. Okay.
No. Those guys are blocked behind the barricades. A flash of light blinds you to the material world, and you are assailed with visions of dark, shapeless horrors lunging at you from the void. Illusions of the abominations you have faced claw at you, and in the distance you can hear the warlock laughing. Make a lore check +1.
Okay. So if I have a lore 4, I roll 5.
Yes.
Damn.
Ooh.
What do I need?
For each clue you burn on those investigations, you can turn a investigation into a success.
How many do I need?
2.
I only have 1.
You can burn it or you can save it.
Give me a reroll card.
No.
Well, you said I could have it, you fucker. You lied.
Well, you ran off to look to recite weird ass words.
I want to plumb the void and leave.
You can't. It's not your turn.
It's always my turn.
All right, you take 2 damage. Boop. And you are dazed.
Fuck that.
I have to do the same thing. So I get a lower 5. Shit. Lucky ring. Lucky ring. I'll take it.
Not fair.
But I'm still dazed. Dick. We gotta make a fucking horror check. It occurs to you that you have seen this warlock before. You encountered it once before on more peaceful terms. While searching for leads, influence difficulty 2. What's my influence? 4. And I already used my ring. Fuck. I really don't want to burn my clues. No. Fuck it. If you fail, you realize your evidence may be tainted with lies, and everything you have worked for could all be for naught. Suffer 1 face down horror and discard 1 clue. Okay. You gotta make a horror check, honey.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna.
Tough shit. Well, I could just make you fail it. And
How do I
you-
do it again? I'm gonna fail anyways.
Roll influence and try to get a 2 or higher.
Influence. I only have an influence of 3. Hold on. I get to roll an extra dice. Because I have this card.
Oh, that's
Fine
true.
clothes.
You
Because
have
I have
fine
fine clothes and sensible shoes. Yay!
Damn, nice. You mentally cross-check the information with knowledge from more reliable sources and ease your fears. You're fine.
Okay, is it our turn yet?
It is now. You can go.
Good. I am going to nuke the fuck out of that bitch. Spectral Razor.
You gotta be in the same space as him.
No, I don't. It says 2.
Yeah, but there's a sword icon on it. Which means you have to be the same space as him.
There. I move, and now I'm going to Spectral Razor the bitch.
So you're gonna attack him?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Attack with spell. Under pressure, you struggle with your arcane knowledge, attempting to recall the appropriate words and gestures to shape the magic. Make a lore check, and you gotta get 2. What's your lore?
Four?
So roll 4 dice.
Was it Langardum Leviosa?
Wingardium Leviosa.
Leviosa. Yeah, it worked!
2 successes. If you pass, you manage to make sense of the information floating around in your mind, and with impeccable form, you conjure the power you desire. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage plus your test results.
Fucker's
So
dead.
he is dead as shit.
Bye, Felicia.
Then flip the spell you attacked with. What's it say?
I get another one.
Beep. Beep. There you go. All right.
I kicked its butt.
My turn.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to investigate this. Modest writing desk sits in the corner of the bedroom, holding a massive tome that almost covers the desk's entire surface. You pull the creaking wooden chair up to the desk and attempt to decipher the archaic scribblings on the tome's pages. What's my lore? Just to give myself 2 successes. As you slowly piece together the script, it reveals the directions to some vile ritual meant to summon beings from realms beyond reality, as well as instructions on the magics to contain them. Gain the arcane manuscript, common item, then discard the search token. Arcane manuscript. Beep. What's it do? What's it do? What's it do? Tome. Roll 1 additional die while resolving lore tests. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll take that. Thanks. And this goes poof. And I move over here, and I am done. Bezos phase. Oh shit, it's got my name on it. Father Mateo feels a gentle hand brush against the nape of his neck, so cold that he shivers uncontrollably. When the shakes refuse to stop, Father Mateo realizes his skin is burning with a terrible and inexplicable fever. Father Mateo suffers 3 face-down damage, and then becomes mesmerized. Oh, which
What is your
reminds me,
special ability?
we're not dazed anymore.
What's this focused thing?
Another investigator within range becomes focused. Activates this ability only once per round. Oh, it gives you the focused this. You may discard this card to convert all clue investigations to successes while resolving a test. Oh, I could probably give that to you, couldn't I?
You should probably have been using it this entire game.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you then from the last investigator phase. I have to make strength check. This is gonna suck balls. Oh, I got 2. I don't really want to roll that, so I take a face down damage. Boop. And I am now mesmerized. At the end of your turn, an alien will takes control. Flip this card. Shit. Well, that sucks. Alright, both the druids are going to try to break out again. Druid on the bottom. Oh, fuck. He broke free. He broke free, honey. Not good.
It's all good. It's okay.
Moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible.
It just sounds like my special ability only pertains to you if you're in range. Like I shouldn't be using it.
1, 2, 3. That he's within range of me. Good. Cool.
I have a 3.
Yeah, he attacks you.
Okay, bring it.
The druid begins chanting a sickly verse, and a thick cloud of insects descends around your head. Make a strength check, difficulty 2.
Come on, sensible shoes.
Oh. Made it. If you
Well,
pass.
because this, yeah, that should be gone.
Oh, did you use focus? Yeah.
No, I can see. I don't understand. Do we both have the same ability to give each other? Is that it? I give it to you. You give it to me.
I can give you the focus ability. If I spend an action, I can give you focus. Yours just happens no matter what. So once per round, if I'm within 3 spaces, I can convert clues. So rather than burning your clue, you can just burn the focus card.
Okay, I don't think should have been able to change clues the whole time because this doesn't have anything to do with me.
No. Everybody can use clues to change investigations to successes. This allows you to just automatically change all investigations to all successes. That's what your ability does for me, and that's what my ability does for you. So if you want to, you can change your clues. Well, how many clues did you get? Or how many successes do you get? You got 1 success and 1 investigation. So you can turn that little eyeglass thing with the focused. Instead of burning this, you can burn this.
All right.
So you can burn that. Okay, so you're fine. If you pass, you withstand the thousands of tiny bites and wave the insects away. You're fine. Alright, next druid tries to break out. He's a brawn of 2. He's still stuck. Now we have to make a horror check.
Pretty much Crest, and I do wear Skechers. Good choice. They're my favorite.
Alright, the druid coughs wetly, then rummages and produces a quivering beetle the size of a human hand. The crunching sound as the druid bites down on the insect shoots straight through your ears and into your bowels. Suffer 2 face-down horror. Willpower negates the damage. Or willpower successes negate the damage. What's my will? 5.
Don't stop messing with your bowels. What the fuck?
Wow.
You got the ring.
Lucky ring. Shit. I take 1 face down horror. Good. Go ahead and roll. So what a horror check is that anything within 3 spaces of the highest horror rating creature, you have to test against that. 2 success investigation. You're fine. Our turn. Kill that motherfucker. Actually, do you want me to give you focus again so you can do your thing?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to spend an action to give you focused, and then I'm going to search that.
Okay.
A large dresser dominates the wall beside the bed. In one of the drawers, you find a puzzle box the butler spoke of. Gain the puzzle box unique item and discard the search token.
Is it a sex toy?
I would hope so.
Being a priest, you might not know.
I was like, whoa, my, what is this thing?
Mm-hmm. How's banners?
The intricate patterns seem to shift and change as you move the panels. You cannot imagine what prize awaits you. Alright, holding the investigator holding the puzzle box can attempt to open it by interacting with it in the app. Okay. So we go into my backpack, I go to puzzle box. The ornate puzzle box features numerous sliding panels. You can attempt to open the puzzle box using as an action. Oh, I'm out of actions. So I can't do it yet. Your turn. I'll have to do it next time. Did you get drunk again?
Yeah, I kind of fell on top of the dark druid. I think she's trying to perform sexual favors. I don't know what's going on. All right, guess
now,
what?
Remember, You're in a dark.
Remember.
You're in a dark space, which means you can't convert any of your investigations.
Okay, well, I'm just going to murder his face
Let me
with
guess.
spectral razor.
Spectral razor. All right. That's this one. Attack with spell. Under pressure.
I know, right, Crest?
What'd you say? The fisting nun is interested in someone's box. Weird. Under pressure, you struggle with your arcane knowledge, attempting to recall the appropriate words and gestures to shape the magic. Make a lore test, difficulty 2.
All right.
And you can't use focused. I don't
Um.
think you can use focus for this.
That is them.
Let me find out.
That is that.
Investigator in a space containing darkness cannot spend clues. Oh, you can't spend clues, so you can still use focus. Dope.
Okay.
Lore
Lore.
check. Two. You got it. If you pass, you manage to make sense of the information floating around in your mind with impeccable form to conjure the power you desire. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage plus your test result.
Yeah.
So
you did.
2, 4.
Killed him.
He is dead as fuck. Flip your spell card. Let me guess, you get another spell. Oh, power
Ooh.
lashes from your fingers, carving gruesome wounds into your enemy. Suffer 1 face down horror. Then the monster suffers 1 additional damage. He's already dead. So you
Yeah,
take
but
a
I
point
get,
of
I get a
horror.
horror. I just went cray cray.
Oh, did you?
Yup.
Oh, shit. Okay, so all of these go away.
Take that one too.
And you get one of these. Now, look at the back of it. And I will move my screen off of there so I can't see it.
Okay, let me know when.
Go ahead. Read it to yourself. So, chat, we don't even know. Chat knows what mine is if they've looked at the screen while I was reading it. Yeah, that's the funny thing, Crest. I thought I was going to slaughter everything, and Kemi was going to investigate shit. I mean, she does have the sensible shoes, but she also has this really nasty, powerful spell, too.
Alright.
So did you flip it back over?
Yup.
Alright, cool. Don't tell me about it. Alright.
It's the sensible shoes. They're making all the difference.
They
I
are.
mean, really. Alright. Let's kick some ass.
So you moved and attacked, so you're done.
Ass kicking
Mythos
done.
phase. A spell leaps unbidden into your mind. This Mythos event affects the investigator with the lowest will. I have a 5.
We both have 5.
So who do you want it to affect, me or you?
How many sanity things do you have?
I'm got 3.
Okay, you can affect me.
Okay. You attempt to decipher the spell. Make a lore test. Difficulty 1.
Okay. Hold on, my lore's 4.
Oh, then roll 4.
I was thinking it was 5. 1.
You got it.
Oh,
If you
good.
pass, you realize casting it would be a terrible idea. Uh-oh. And now you will pay the price for that power. The lights flicker and the air crackles with electricity. Suddenly, reality seems to split before you. and a terrifying creature slips through from an unknowable space beyond. Spawn a feathered serpent.
Feathered wiener.
This thing shows up right here.
All right.
That thing is scary as fuck looking.
Fluffy danger noodle.
All right, the druid's still trying to get out of the library. What's he get? Nothing.
Ew, it's a snake with wings. Good God.
The feathered serpent moves 3 spaces towards the nearest investigator within range. Then it attacks that investigator. 1, 2. Monster attacks. Feathered serpent rears up, its beady eyes locked onto yours as it sways gently to and fro. Make a will check, difficulty 2, dear. That's a fluffy danger noodle. Yeah, it is Russ from PGI, you're right. 2 successes. You passed. You maintain the gaze.
Damn right I do.
Everybody's got to make...
Mary.
Everybody's got to make a horror check.
You have any horrors?
Horror check. You recall the myths around flying snakes. Make a lore check, difficulty 2. I don't wanna. Do I get anything bonus for lore? I don't. Oh, I do. I have an arcane manuscript. I get a +1. So I technically have a lore of 5. Yay! And shit. Are
Ring.
you... Can I use your thingy?
Ring.
No, it says once per round, another investigator within range may convert clues to successes. Can I use your ability?
You can't use your ring to reroll?
No, but if I use your ability for myself, I can succeed because I got 2 investigations and a success.
What happens if I need it?
You can't. It says another investigator within range. You can't use it on yourself. You can only use it on other people, aka me.
I'm talking about this. You can use my power. Yeah, I thought you meant you wanted the focus card.
No. I'm using your power. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Okay, cool.
I don't give a shit.
I take comfort that even this new danger is not entirely unknown by humanity.
How come you wouldn't do your lucky ring, though?
Because I can only use it once per round, and I can only use your ability once per round.
Okay.
So you have to make a lore check too. You have to make your horror test.
How much should we need?
2. Don't forget, you can use my focus I give you. Oh, fuck.
Okay. I'm perfect. Thank you.
You're good.
Does something blow up?
Nope. We're done.
Damn.
Our turn.
We should get a bonus for that roll.
Yeah, you would think so.
The fuck game.
Alright, you want to go first?
Damn right I want to go first.
Okay.
I'm going to move right here. Watch out.
You get a
Mr. Mary's coming through. You damn
Mr. Mary.
straight, you motherfucker.
Mr. Mary's coming with the spectral razor of fisting.
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to attack it with a spell, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Attack with spell. You begin reciting the incantation, but with each preceding syllable, some force in your mind wills you to stop. You do your best to push past the impulse. Make a will check, difficulty 2.
Seriously?
Oh. Focus won't do anything for you.
Yeah, because I only have one thingy-mabobber.
Yeah. All right. If you fail, the weight in your mind presses until you cannot bring yourself to continue. Flip the spell you attacked with. With each recitation, the arcane force carves another thin wound into your flesh. Suffer 1 face down damage. Magic is no joke, yo. Then discard this card and gain another Respect or Razor spell. Alright. You done. My turn. Okay, what can I hit it with? I can hit it with that. I can hit it with that.
Whatever you found in the box.
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. Well, first I'm going to do a range attack with Azure Flame. Yeah, I'm going to attack it with a spell. Because it's within 3 spaces of me, right?
I think so.
1, 2, yeah it is. Attack with spell. I have to make a lore test. And I get a bonus with the Arcane Manuscript? I do, so I get 5 dice. Oh yeah. Energy coalesces in your hands and you release it towards your foe. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage plus your test result. So 3 plus 2, that's 5 points. That's enough to kill it. Blip. It's dead.
Yay! Take that, motherfucker!
Oh, I gotta flip my card. This may not be good. Tendrils of sky blue light emanate from your fingers and scorch your enemies. No additional effect. And now, let's try the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, shit. What's my eyeball? Skill. Observation 2. I get 2 moves. I have to get this piece over here. 1, 2. That's all I can do. That's my action. I gotta wait until next turn to unlock it. That sucks. Mythos phase. Skittering and creeping, 100,000 spiders emerge from their hiding places. Sister Mary scrambles to avoid the worst of their bites. Make an agility test, difficulty 2. Don't forget your sensible shoes.
I am up on the chair. Agility test with my sensible shoes.
So that would give you 4
At
dice?
4.
Yep.
I need how many?
2. And you have focus just in case. So. Oh, I would burn the focus. Alright. You receive only a trace of their strange venom, but the experience is traumatizing. Sister Mary suffers 1 face-down horror and becomes dazed.
Get over it, Sister Mary. Jesus.
You cannot not spend clues to convert dice results or perform additional puzzle steps. Which is what I'm doing. I'm doing puzzle steps.
Whoop-de-doo.
What the fuck is that? The chanting in the yard reaches its peak and can be heard throughout the manor, as if unnaturally amplified. As the chant reaches its end, you hear a door open. The ritual is complete. I will deal with you myself. Spot a priest of Dagon as indicated. This is William Vanderbilt. What?
Oh, great. So since I was concerned about his well-being, he's going to come out and try to kick our ass with his little curly braids? Fuck is this about?
Priest of Dagon. Boop. There he is.
Jerk.
Yeah, he is kind of
Oh,
a
it's his
jerk.
hat.
He's got a funny hat. Dark Druid tries to break free. Again. Let me out of here! And fails.
Good.
Vanderbilt moves up to 2 spaces to be within range of as many investigators as possible. Then he attacks the investigator in range with the lowest lore. You have a lore of 4. I have a lore of 5. Oh no, I have a lore of 4. So who do you want him to go after? Actually, technically, he's within range of you, but if he moves there...
He can go after me.
So
That's
he
fine.
moves here.
I don't give a shit.
The monster
Crazy.
attacks. Vanderbilt smiles and makes a series of strange gestures. You gird yourself for a horrible spell, but instead your foe throws a knife at you. Make a observation test. Difficulty 2.
Seriously.
Yep. And I haven't been able to throw a focus on you yet again. Oh, almost forgot to do this. Mesmerized. Nothing is as it should be. Everything must be rebuilt. You must prepare this world for rebuilding. Place fire in your space, then discard this card. Oh no! That's not good.
You set the space on fire? Awesome. I got nothing.
You got nothing? Okay. Yeah, my hex. I set the bed on fire.
Yeah.
Alright.
Ah.
If you fail, the blade sinks into your flesh. Suffer 2 damage. Uh-oh.
I'm dead.
No, you're wounded.
Mm.
When investigators suffer damage, whether face up or face down, equal to his or her health, the investigator becomes wounded. When an investigator becomes wounded, he gains the wounded condition and discards all of his face down damage.
Okay.
Where's wounded? Wounded, 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 wounded. Ah, wounded. You cannot perform more than 1 action each round. When you have suffered damage equal to your health, you are eliminated. You get 1 action now from here on out.
Okay.
What a dick. Now we have to make a horror check. Lovely. Vanderbilt begins reciting the words of some black prayer. The alien words fill you with dread. Make a lore check, difficulty 2. I have an arcane manuscript, so I have a lore of 5. I'm using your ability.
Just do it!
So I passed. I'm just gonna burn her ability now. Oh, and you passed. You comprehend the litany and the knowledge steadies you. We're good. Investigator phase. All right. You can go first, or I can go first. And apparently, I started a fire, so I have to add that into the game here momentarily. Set fire. Yes. Oh, okay.
Bye, Felicia. Whoop.
What did you do?
Went through the void.
Did you void yourself?
Damn right.
Where'd the void card go?
Right on the board.
Oh. You close your eyes and sink into the earth. Make a lore check, difficulty 3. If you pass, you rise again exactly where you wanted. Place your investigator figure in any explored space. If you fail, you sink down and then fall, suffering one face-down horror, and become lost in time and space.
Well, a 3? Seriously?
Yep.
That's some bullshit right there. I did it!
Oh my god, you did!
Holy shit!
What room would you like to be in?
Has to be somewhere that's explored already, correct?
Yeah, anything on the map that's already explored. You're like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck you people. I'm out.
Alright, my turn. I might as well go deal with this asshole. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's right. I'm in a room with fire. Shit. That's no bueno. Fire bad. Fire spreads and can damage investigators and monsters. Whenever an investigator moves into a space containing fire or performs an action in a space containing fire, he suffers one face-down damage. I can attempt to extinguish the flames. You know what? No, fuck that.
Fuck it, let this place burn.
1, 2. Back, vile priest of Dagon! Back!
Oh. Possum says it's the move action. I have 2 actions. I just can move only once.
Oh, okay. Well, you get 1 more action then. Thank you, Possum. Well, then you do your thing.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll put myself back. You're absolutely right. You can move 2 spaces. 1, 2. Okay, yeah.
I did.
Now I can
We
go.
must stand on the table.
So I moved 2.
You can't tell this is our first time playing.
Yeah. This game is way too expensive.
Testing.
We're testing it out.
Yes. Well, it's not way too expensive. It's just expensive, so we want to make sure we really like it first.
You know what? I'm gonna pop the puzzle box.
Okay.
Got it.
Sweet.
Puzzle complete. Inside the box, you find what looks like a personal planner. As you lift the book, a brass key clatters from between the pages. You turn to the page it had been holding and find a note scrawled there. If the alignment truly weakens the veil, I believe that it is the only moment we have to break through. I will make the necessary preparations in the gated yard. Gain the brass key and incriminating evidence unique items. Brass key. Incriminating Is it evidence?
EVIDENCE.
There it is. I got it. I got the key. Yay.
What exactly are we trying to do?
Unravel the unnatural mysteries of the Vanderbilt Mansion.
Okay. There are a bunch of fucking wackadoodles. That's the mystery.
Fucking wackadoodles is what they are, yeah. Let me get this stuff out of the way here.
Okay.
Alright. I believe I'm done, so... Mythos phase! The fire spreads out of control. Place fire in a space adjacent to the space containing the fire. This whole freaking bedroom is now on fire.
I know, Joe. We were just over there. We were in Asheville this past week, so it was really
Drove
close.
right by it. Alright. Fire spreads. Without warning, your feet take off under someone else's command. After what seems like hours, you are back where you started, and the exhausting trip ends. Each investigator suffers 2 face-down damage. Strength negates the damage. What's my strength? My strength's 3. Oh, I'm good. You gotta make a strength test to...
Okay.
You take no damage.
Yay.
The druid tries to break out again.
Fuck it, Drew.
And fails. Vanderbilt moves 2 spaces towards the nearest investigator. Then attacks the investigator in its space who has suffered the most damage. That would be me. Boop. Monster attacks. Vanderbilt slides a small blade across the white belly of a flopping fish. Whispering a short incantation, your foe slings a foul offal at you. Lore 2. But I have an arcane manuscript, so I have a lore of 5. Go, baby, go, babe, go, babe, go! Done. You quickly mutter a counter ritual before the fish intestines touch you.
Ew.
Now we have to resolve horror checks. Actually, I do. You don't. You are outside of range. Vanderbilt raises a hand and one of your items transforms into a deadly eel.
Oh my God.
Observation. I have to roll a 2.
You can do it. You can do it.
Lucky ring?
Yes.
Nah, shit. You fling the object away, suffer 1 face-down horror, and drop 1 random item in an adjacent space.
Did you get 0?
I got a investigation. Yeah. 1 random item. Does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chat, or somebody, pick a number between 1 and 10. Well, no, a number between 0 and 11. That's what I meant. You guys all must be asleep.
11. I'm not looking at the screen.
No, between 0 and 11.
You said, from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
All right, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, my ring! Fuck.
Oops. Sorry.
Throw it in an adjacent space. Which space should I throw it in? The bathroom, the hallway, the burning bedroom, or the dark area? Probably the bathroom. It would be the safest spot. Alright. My ring, no. Alright, your turn.
How much health does he have left?
He hasn't taken any damage.
Oh, I thought he was successful. Oh, that was just deflecting.
No, he has no damage on him.
All right.
Yeah, and you can't double move either. Do you have any ranged attacks?
No, I have a knife. And you would think that a spectral razor would be, I mean, it looks like a casting spell, but it's not.
You would figure, but it's not. Oh, also, you're not dazed anymore. That was from last. That was from last turn.
No, I guess that's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, no, because I can't get into the room with the door. Okay, nope.
All right, my first action. Fuck it, I'm gonna use Azure Flame. Let's do this. Attack. Spell. I gotta make a will check 2. Ooh, going too far. Will of 5. Come on, baby! I'm gonna burn your ability for 2 extra successes. That gives me 3. So I do 3 plus 2, that's 5 points of damage. Damn it, he's still alive. And I flip the card. Halfway through the casting, the words of the spell seem to rebel against your control. Suffer 1 horror unless you place a fire in an adjacent space. You know what? Half the mansion's on fire, fuck it. We're gonna burn the hallway.
Burn the fucking place down.
Just burn it down. Discard, discard, and redraw Azure Flame. Okay. For my second action, I'm going to hit him with Azure Flame again. Die, you fucker. Die. Lore 5. Or Will 5, excuse me. 1 fucking success. Shit. If you fail, the power bursts like a beacon upward towards the sky and disappears with a flash. The flame calls to flame, growing in a roaring inferno that harmonizes with the screams. Each monster within range of you suffers 1 damage, then you suffer 1 horror. So I get another horror. And he takes another point of damage. He's dead as fuck.
He's dead? Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, he's very fucking dead. But I went a little more crazy. And I caught the hall and the endway of the hall on fire.
It's fine. Fuck that hallway.
Yeah. So you went, I went, that's it. Mythos phase. The fire spreads out of control. Place fire in a space adjacent to a space containing fire.
Burn it down.
It's in my space. No.
You can't put it next to on the other side of the fire?
No, it's got to be adjacent.
Like here?
No, that's for that one. I'm talking about these up here.
Oh.
And then this burns over here.
You better move.
The hall's on fire. Sorry.
You better get that ring and get your ass out of there.
A throbbing whine rises slowly, making your ears ache and your teeth buzz. This Mythos event affects each investigator. Clutching your ears make the sound almost bearable. Suffer 2 face down horror. Will -1 negates the damage. So I have a will of 5, so 4. Come on, 2. Shit. Okay, I take 1 damage, 1 horror,
Can you
and I
use
have to
my,
discard a clue.
ability?
No. I already used it. So I discard a clue, which I don't have, and I take a point of horror. You gotta make a will check too at a -1. You're fine.
You pissed Mr. Mary off.
Mr. Mary. An unearthly sound shudders the estate, leaving your ears ringing. A violent wind begins tearing through the halls. Floors and walls splinter apart, debris flying around you. Each investigator suffers 3 damage. Agility negates. I have an agility of 3. I take 2 points of damage. Make an agility test, honey. Don't forget your sensible shoes.
Okay. You go, shoes.
You want to burn your clue?
Why do I need 3?
Yeah.
The fuck? Now why don't I have a focused?
Because I haven't had... You've been on the other side of the mansion. Alright, you don't take any damage. Oh shit, you hear a horrible rending sound as the very roof is torn from the mansion, exposing the west side of the mansion to the outside.
Awesome, let's get out of this bitch.
Yard 2. As indicated, discard any explorer cards. The air is electric with an unearthly energy, and the entire scene is bathed in a sickly green glow. You were too late. A massive rift to another world has been opened. On the other side, bizarre cyclopean architecture of carven rock is built at angles that defy understanding. An inhuman script adorns the structures, winding over their surfaces. Place an interact token as indicated. This. The investigation is complete. If the portal has been closed before it tears the mansion to pieces, the investigators win the game when the investigation is complete. The Dark Druid attempts to break out of the barricade and fails. Each investigator must resolve a horror check. No, we don't, because he's behind the barricade.
We don't.
Okay, get to that fucking portal. I'll go first. Or you can go first.
1.
2.
I can only move 1.
And if you move into this, you take a point of damage. Unless you use your second action to extinguish it.
How do I extinguish it?
I will tell you. As
E
an
on
action,
it or something?
As an action, an investigator may attempt to extinguish the flames by testing their agility. For each success result, you may discard 1 fire token from your space or any space he moves into if he moves as part of his second action or later in the round.
Okay.
So make an agility test. Don't forget your sensible shoes.
I didn't. I got 2.
So you got rid of that one.
So if I move into this one, will it get rid of that next?
Yeah, but you remember you can only move once because you're wounded. Okay. My turn?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2. I'm extinguishing flames. I have to make an agility test. Agility sucks because I don't have sensible shoes.
Oh, whose fault's that?
Mine.
What about that ring? Can you not pick it back up?
I can, but I need to get to the portal ASAP. I got 1. I'm using your ability. I'm using your ability. Mine with the raid! Holy shit, man. How's it going, man? We're just playing some Mansions of Madness, and we caught the place on fire, and we're near the end.
Hey, everybody.
So I moved through this, and I moved through this. So those are gone.
We're testing it out.
We're testing it out.
Pretty fun.
So apparently some sort of horror has opened up a strange portal that's torn the house apart, and we're attempting to get through it and put out the flames along the way to get to it.
And I'm playing Sister Mary.
She's playing Fister Mary, and I'm playing Father Mateo. We're, a Catholic duo, crime-fighting team. It's going great, man.
Why? He's like, what the fuck did I come into?
Fister Mary's a wizard. You're a wizard, Mary! Alright, so I think I'm done. Yeah, because it takes an action to put out fires. That sucks. Alright. Otherwise, you can pick up the ring.
True.
Mythos phase! Okay, give me just a second. All right, the fire spreads out of control. Boop. Fire spreads. Through the dark, you see a pair of red eyes slowly moving towards you. Each investigator in a space containing darkness suffers 2 horror. Ha ha! We're fine. The Dark Druid attempts to break out of the barricaded library. Again. Oh, thank God. Yep, he's still stuck back there. Yeah, this druid's been stuck back here the majority of the game because we barricaded the library. We're like,
Reading.
nope. Each investigator must resolve a horror check. No, we don't, because he's behind a barricade. Our turn. You can go first.
How do I... Why is there fire back
It's
here?
spread.
Again?
Yep.
So if I move into the bathroom, how
You'll
do I
be
pick up the
fine.
ring?
Move into the bathroom, and then you can spend an action to pick up the ring. That's it.
Okay.
So you're done. My turn. I move 2. 1, 2, and I interact with that fucking portal and hope to God I can close it. A rift in the very fabric of reality peer into an alien landscape. Cyclopean architecture marked with eldritch script looms on the other side. Go into the portal! You step through the rift into the other reality and attempt to decipher the script on the buildings. Tap to attempt the puzzle using lore. I have a lore of 5 because I have an arcane manuscript. Oh no, that's only for tests. Shit. So I have a lore of 4. Oh, fuck. So I get 4 guesses. So I have to put the symbols in the correct space.
You did what now?
I'm attempting to decipher the symbols to close the portal.
Oh my God.
I got 1 correct position and 2 correct symbols, which means 1 of these symbols is in the right spot, and 2 of these symbols are correct in here. Because I'm assuming you can do more than 1 symbol per space.
What are you using to guess?
My lore skill, so I get 4 guesses. So we have to figure out which one of these is the correct symbol in the correct position
How are we supposed to guess that?
by multiple guesses. I still think it's this one. Which means 3 of these symbols are correct. Same thing. Okay, so it's either the red, the green, or the white one are the correct one.
It didn't help too much there, Joker.
Shut up. I don't see anybody else helping.
Okay, well, do green.
In the front spot?
Yes.
Okay.
Gray. Blue. Yellow, red. Okay, so
one
we
is
moved
not-
the one that was in the right place.
Yes.
Which is all of them.
I'm thinking it could be any of these 3 here. The white, the green, or the red. So let's try the red and then whatever you think we should put in there.
Blue. Yellow. Red, gray.
One is correct. Okay, so the red one is correct.
Oh, we did 2 of the same one. Oops.
Oh, shit.
Okay, the red one's correct.
The red one's correct.
What does that mean correct symbol, but not correct position? Can there be more than one?
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, God.
So apparently the red one in the front is correct.
Okay.
And I'm out of guesses, so. Next phase. Get in here and help me with this thing. The fire spreads out of control. It. Beep. You are weary to the bone, and your strength is now ebbing. Each investigator flips 2 damage face up.
Seriously?
Yep.
This fucking game.
Minor injury and fog of pain. Resolve immediately. No additional effect. Flip this card face down.
I don't have any.
Resolve immediately. Discard 1 improvement, then discard this card. Okay. You don't have any?
No.
Lucky you.
I'm wounded, remember?
Yeah, you are. The world around you begins to bleed together with the strange landscape beyond the rift. All over the property, cracks in the very fabric of reality began letting inhuman creatures through from the other side. A massive being of indescribable horror breaks through. Spawn an ancient basilisk is indicated. The fuck?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
How the hell did they expect you to get that symbol bullshit?
You're gonna laugh where it spawns. It's
Suck
in the
it,
library.
Basilisk.
It spawned in the
Suck
library.
it. Suck it.
Alright, Druid attempts to break through. Pretty sure that Basilisk might break through. Okay, Druid doesn't do it. Thanks, your Basilisk. Attempts to do it. What is his brawn? 5. Shit. He only needs 2 successes. Oh my god, he didn't get it.
Thank God.
Yes! Each investigator must resolve a horror check. Nope, because he's behind the dough. All right, your turn.
Trying to decide if I should portal.
You could, but you might chance ending up in limbo.
Yeah. But I also chance ending up in front of the door of the library.
That's true. Well, if you portal, you could if you use the portal, you could instantly end up in the same space I'm in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, you could chance it. Plumb the void. With one fingernail, you tear a ragged hole in reality. Make a lore test, difficulty 2. And you have my lucky ring.
That'd be my lucky ring.
Reroll. Only
Are
if you had my
fucking
focus
kidding
card.
me?
What happens? If you fail, you fade away and become lost in time and space.
Oh well. At least I'm not in the room with the fire or the basilisk.
Well, you can attempt to use that again to come back.
Yeah.
But you would now no longer exist on the board.
Oh, is that my first attempt? Can I do it again?
Not, yeah, on your next turn. Oh,
I get
that
2
was your only
actions.
action. Yeah, so go ahead and do it
Yeah.
again. Yeah. But you can't use the ring again. You already used it this round. Reality screams as you break it open. Difficulty 3. Lore.
Okay. I still get into any explored space, so.
Yep. True lore 4. You gotta get 3 successes. And no clue.
Come on, Fitzner Mary.
No!
Oh, so close!
What happens? You feel your mind break with it, suffer 2 horror, then place your investigator figure in any explored space.
Here.
So boop, boop. You feel your mind break. All right. You showed up. Congratulations.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm gonna spend my 2 actions doing shit. Attempt. Okay, so we know red's first. It could be any of the fucking symbols on there that are correct,
I know.
but only 3 of them are correct. What do you guys chat? What do you think?
You did hear me. This is a nightmare. 3 of the symbols are correct.
1 is in the correct space, and we already know it's the red one.
And we know green doesn't go in the second space, so let's try green in the 3rd spot.
Okay.
Let's try. Okay, blue has been in every space and was not right.
Correct. So blue
So
is not
fuck
in
blue.
there. So fuck blue.
The 4th spot.
Yellow could be in number 2.
No. Well. Yeah. Try that.
Okay. Add ghost heat. That fixes everything. Oh, Ed said yellow too. Yeah.
Try gray in the 4th position.
Okay.
And then maybe another green because we only had 3 right.
Two are in the correct position.
Yeah, where's the ghost heat dial? Okay, 2 are in the right position, and
I'm
we don't have
thinking-
any of the correct symbols. Other symbols?
No. So I'm thinking it's the red and the yellow.
But then the green.
It could be the green.
Or the gray. Or the green.
Okay, so let's put down the surefire one we've got. We have 3 guesses remaining. Come on, chat. Work that brain. Father Mateo needs your help. And Fist or Mary.
Okay, so the bottom one has that and that. That one has that and that. And that. And that. Okay, so that goes there.
Yeah, Fist or
2 of the
Mary.
right symbols, 3 of the right symbols.
Instead of Sister Mary, it's Fist or Mary. Were you not here earlier, ma'am? And she's got magic spells, so Mary,
Okay,
you're a wizard.
so we're not going to use the gray.
Okay.
And we're not going to use the green. Try yellow and then 3 blues.
One is correct, one in the correct position, one is the correct symbol.
Okay, so that means yellow's not right.
Okay.
So it's either going to be
The greens or the white. You were playing, MC with your granddaughter. Sorry. Yeah, but her name is Fisterman. Because she fist things. She's an ex-hooker. So it's got to be one of the greens. Wait a
keep
minute.
the green at the end.
Okay. Art imitating life? Possibly.
All right. Now, one of the symbols, so that'd be the green wasn't in the last one. So either the yellow or blue symbol is right. And I'm going to say it's the blue symbol. If it wasn't in the right place, do blue in the second spot. No, that won't work because in this row down here, in the
Yeah,
third row, it wasn't right.
You can double up on symbols. Don't forget that too. So it could
Oh,
be
I know.
another red symbol. We haven't
it
put
says one of
red.
these symbols is right.
Yeah, but we haven't put red in the second slot either.
So maybe well, that means there isn't any blue at all.
That's true.
And this means 2 symbols were in the right spot, but there weren't any other correct symbols. So that would leave out yellow, green, and gray. And then it says 1 is in the right position and 2 of these are the right symbols. Okay, let's use a second red.
Where do you want it? Second slot?
Yeah, try that.
Okay. I'm thinking white in the 4th slot.
No, because it was there and it wasn't right.
Oh, okay. You're right. Oh.
This says 1's in the right spot and 2 symbols are right. So it'll be that. Not the yellow. Try gray blue. No, it wouldn't be the blue. Because this wasn't right.
Try gray green?
Yep. Go for it. Why not?
Only one symbol is correct.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
So green at the end is not right. So green here has to be right. Because this wasn't right.
So green where?
Red third.
Red third.
No, green third.
Oh, green third. White second?
No, because none of the symbols are right. There's just one in the right spot.
Oh, that's true.
So that won't be right either. Okay, 2 of these are right. But only one of these is right.
Hmm.
All right, take the green out. Put the gray back in third spot, fourth spot.
Okay. The only thing I think we could try is the green in the second spot. Oh, no, because that... Never mind. I keep suggesting that. Or another gray in the second slot. Oh, no, because I know that's the same damn thing. Fuck.
How about gray, 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 red?
So, 3 grays and a red? Like that?
You hit guess?
2 right, 1 is in... 2 are in the correct position, 1 is a correct symbol. Oh, and I'm out of guesses, so... For my second
My brain
action...
hurts.
And we're back.
Oh, fuck. Okay, let's keep the red at the end, so let's see if that's the one in the right place.
Okay.
And then let's do,
I'm thinking green, gray, green. Or gray, green, gray.
well, try that and we'll see if we got anything in the right spot.
So gray, green, gray. Like that?
Sure.
1 in the correct
Okay.
position, 1 is the correct symbol.
Okay, so this is the only one that changed, so this has to be gray.
What? What has to be gray?
This is exactly the same as this second row, except you made the middle one green, so apparently it's supposed to be gray. No, no, no. The middle
Oh.
one needs to be gray. Okay, let's make 2. Oh, that means the red one's not in the last spot either. So if that
Oh.
one's right and that one's right, the red is correct, I think. But it needs to go into the second or the fourth spot.
Or either that. Oh no, because they're okay. So no gray in the second slot. That's flat out.
Yeah,
And the red's
that's
not in the
just not
second
wrong.
slot. And the yellow's not in the second slot. We haven't put a green in the second slot, have we?
Well, I guess it's the time to do that.
So what do we put in the last slot? A gray? Oh, we can
Hold on.
check out the rest of them too.
Put it back up to the top a second. It said that was in the right spot. Oh, two in the right
Okay, you can
spot.
scroll.
One in the right spot. So put that back for two in the right spot. All right, scroll down. See, the gray wouldn't be right. Well, no, the gray wouldn't be right because it's in the last spot here and we didn't get it. Gray, yellow.
And it's
Nope, that's not right.
that's not right.
And it's not going to be red, green because we have that down here and there was only one right.
But we did have a red at the front, and for this, the three blues, we had the blue at the end, and we still had one correct, but one was in the, but it wasn't in the correct position. So I'm thinking the blue.
Yellow or blue has to go in there.
Let's try yellow. Yeah, gotta try yellow. No.
Why do these shapes look like numbers?
They kind of do.
Okay. Do red, green, gray, yellow, blue.
If this works, I will laugh.
One in the right spot. Do correct tiles.
Man, this is a... Why would they torture people like this? And for those of you that don't want to use the app version of this, they do have these set up as well.
Okay, so there's a gray in here for sure. Because out of all those 4 rows, it says there's a tile that's correct. And the only one that's in all 4 of them is the gray. It's just not in the 2nd spot, the 3rd spot, or the 4th spot. So put it in the end. Okay. There's not going to be a green. But the one we did that was red, gray, 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 red, it says 2 in the right spot and 1 tile's right.
So maybe it's red, gray, something, something, gray. Or red, something, something, gray, gray. I think chat's giving up.
Let's do 3 reds and 2 grays.
Two are correct. Or in the correct position, excuse me. So it's got to be red, starts with red and ends with gray.
Try that.
I'm out of guesses, so.
Oh. Get the fuck out of here. My
That's
brain's
okay.
melting.
It's your turn. You gonna
Well,
guess?
let's interact with it again.
All right. What's your lore at?
My lore is at 4.
You get 4 guesses per action.
All right, let's do red. Blue, 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 gray.
One.
Okay, the gray is not in the 5th spot.
Okay.
The gray is in the 4th spot. Okay, and one of these blues is not in the right spot, but it's the right tile. Put the blue in the last.
No, but it wouldn't be in the last because this one we got 2 correct symbols, but they were in the wrong spot. Oh. So I think you're right with that. Well, put the blue in the last spot.
I don't know. This fucking game. Do the last 2 spots yellows.
Two are correct position, 1 correct symbol. So the yellow's got to be in the last slot? Or the blue's got to be where the yellows are?
All right, I
But the
think
gray is
1
correct.
and I think 1 and 4 are right.
Yes, 1 and 4 should be right.
And I'm gonna say the blue has to be right because in the row below it, it says, well, maybe not. It could be another gray or another red.
No, because I know we tested that, the
Mhm.
red in the last spot, and it was wrong.
And that says there's no more red. Okay.
It's like playing Mastermind. God, it sucks.
Okay, gray, gray, and then put a yellow at the end.
Two correct position, 2 correct symbols. Okay, so if there's 3 grays, a yellow, and a red, we know that for a fact.
The yellow doesn't go at the end. The yellow doesn't go in the 2 or the 3.
Which means the yellow doesn't go on there at all. Which means the gray doesn't go on the end. No, the gray definitely doesn't go on the end.
2 in the right spot, 2 of the right tiles.
Okay, so where you want what?
Hold on.
Okay. I mean,
1 and 4 have to be right because the last 2 rows we've gotten to the right place.
Yes.
Those are the only things in the same place.
but ever since we introduced more gray than yellow, we got an extra correct symbol. So there's got to be a yellow in there, and there's got to be another gray in there, and I don't know what for the last symbol. So a red, 2 grays, and a yellow. And the 1 and the 4th slot are locked. So the yellow's got to go in.
The red's going in the no. Red's going in the 4th slot. Nope, that's where that goes.
Yeah.
The red's going in the 5th spot. Oh my god, I don't fucking know.
I'm thinking 1 there. No.
No, because we would have gotten a 3rd star if that were right.
Okay, so yellow can't go in the 2nd.
And gray doesn't go in the 5th.
Yellow doesn't go in the 5th.
Yellow doesn't go in the 2nd or the 3rd. So there's no yellow.
Okay, so there's no yellow.
Gray does not go into the 5th. And it doesn't go in the 2nd or the 3rd. Oh my god. This makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. We should have solved it by this point. Google, don't fail me now.
Don't you dare.
Well, I'm gonna see if there's actually something for it.
Try changing that yellow one to blue at the end. Because if that, we change that, and I could change that. Then do 2 greens.
2 greens?
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's not the gray. The gray is not right.
Okay, so it's
The
red.
blue's not right. So 2 or 3 is gray. Try 2. Try yellow is 3.
See, that doesn't make any sense because we got 2 correct on the 2 before the last one. But when we put it in here, it's not correct, which means, yeah, the gray's got to be on the 1 or the 3 slot, or the 2 and the 3 slot.
It's saying that gray tile is correct. It just doesn't go where we had it. And then either the yellow or the blue were right, and we changed those positions. The blue is not in the 5th spot because we had it in the 5th spot on the 3rd one.
So why don't we put it in the 4th spot and then put something in the 5th slot?
Put it in the 4th spot, and then try green at the end. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ. What do you
The
mean
red's
the red's
not
not
right?
right? What the fuck?
Okay, try 3 yellow and 4 gray. No, spot 3 yellow, spot 4 gray.
Oh, spot
see if-
3 yellow. What else do you want to fill the rest of
That's
it in
5. Put it in the 4th one, babe.
Oh.
About 3 and
I mean, can't we can do partial
put the
guesses.
blue in 1. And put the red in 2. Scroll down. Is that it?
Huh?
Did you scroll all the way down?
No.
Stop. The red in the 5th spot. This is like being in hell.
Yes. Yes, it is. In fact, there's several posts online that say this is the worst part of the game that's ever been made.
Great. Okay, the yellow in the middle's not right. Flip flop. Oh, yellow, blue, red,
Okay, so yellow, blue,
blue,
red.
red, gray, red.
Hit. One
All right.
position, two symbols.
We moved something from there, and it went boo boo. Yellow is not the right spot because that third line says nothing's in the right spot. So the yellow.
My brain's already melted.
What's melted?
My brain.
Oh. Do we have more guesses?
We had this our last guess. Before I gotta go to the mythos phase. Because this will be both your actions. Anybody else in chat thinks this kind of this part's really lame? I do.
Fucking sucks, man. Let's do gray. Red. Blue. Gray. Yellow.
One is correct position, three correct symbols.
So that 3 in the 4th spot's gotta be right.
Yeah. Alright, advancing the turn.
That was my first turn.
No, that was both of them. That was 8
Oh,
tries.
was it both of them put together?
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I only wanted to make 4 tries. Thanks, game.
Fire spreads. Shit.
Fuck it, burn this pit.
These halls, this furniture, and these paintings are all so familiar to you. This mythos event affects the investigator with the highest influence. 4. 3. Shit, that would be me.
Well, but I also have a card for influence. Does that matter?
That only affects your roll, not your
okay.
actual stat. You become convinced that you are the rightful owner of this house, robbed of your inheritance. The rage fills you until you cannot contain it and thrash wildly at the walls. Suffer 3 damage. Strength negates. Suffer 1 damage. If you suffer no damage, you lash out at your friends with unresolved frustration. Each other investigator in your space suffers 1 damage. Okay, no, so I took damage. Dark Druid tries to break out again. And does it.
Oh, shit.
Yep, all hell just
We
broke
can't
loose.
barricade again.
Nope, he just broke it. Alright, moves 2 towards the nearest investigator. 1, 2. I'm gonna get rid of this model. We don't need it. He...
Tell you I had to be done by 10.
Yes, you did. No investigator in this space. Alright, Ancient Basilisk moves 3 spaces to be adjacent to as many investigators as possible. 1, 2, 3.
Just kill us. Get it over with.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm getting to right now. Then it attacks the adjacent investigator with the lowest sanity. Pretty sure that would be me. The Ancient Basilisk's jaws snap shut over your upper body. The crushing pressure of its jaws pressing against you. Suffer 3 damage. Will negates. Okay, I'm good. Each investigator must make a horror check. Alright, the basilisk hiss is so loud it drives away all reason. Will difficulty 2. Nope, I failed. Go ahead and make your test. I suffer 1 more horror. Go ahead and make a will test.
I am.
Alright. You're fine. You cover your ears but still feel the vibrations throughout your body. Our turn.
If we figure out the portal, does he die?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go deal with him. So, move there, and I'm going to bitch slap him with Azure Flame. Actually, I can do it right from where I'm at. Back, vile demon.
We're just gonna set the yard on fire now.
Maybe. Doesn't really matter right now. I gotta make a lore test to difficulty. I have a lore of 5 because I have an arcane manuscript. Nailed
Aw,
it.
Your
5?
granddaughter's there? How sweet. You got 5 successes? Holy shit, he should be dead.
The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage. Oh. The words you charge your sphere terrible power, you lose to your foe. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage, which is 2. So it only takes 2 damage. Shit.
Doesn't matter what you rolled?
Nope. And then I flip the card. Flames erupt from your fingers to run rampant over your enemy's body and the surrounding area. The monster suffers an additional damage, then place a fire in its space. That's my last one, too. So he takes an extra point of damage. And another fire token erupts in his spot.
You have 5 or 6?
I got 5. Oh,
What's
how
his
much health? 10.
He has 10.
Yes, he has 10. And I'm hitting him with our Azure Flame again. Lore difficulty of 1. Nailed it. If you pass, the creature is engulfed in green light, and though it remains in place, it seems lessened somewhat. The monster suffers damage equal to the spell's damage. So he takes 2 more damage. And I flip the card. The fire you cast grows brighter, drawing your vitality into its glow. Flip 1 damage and 1 horror face up. Become poisoned, then discard this card. My wounds are infected. Lovely. Poisoned means at the end of your turn, suffer 1 face down damage, then flip this card. This shrieking fit. You scream and scream and scream, and then you cry and cry, and then giggle, and then hiccup. Resolve immediately. Become restrained. Then discard this card. No, I'm cool. Everything's fine. Fuck. I'm gonna die. Get another reserve flame. Oh boy. Your turn. What would you like to do?
I'll try.
You gonna try solving it again?
I'm gonna, well, no, I'm gonna, if I move here, I'll take a damage.
Yes, you will.
That's fine. Oh god, she's drunk.
Alright. Take a point of damage. And what do you want to do?
Spectral Razor.
Spectral Razor again.
Yep.
Okay. Let me pull up his sheet. Attack using spell. Make a the creature roars and approaches with no time. You frantically improvise your way through the hex. Lore +1.
How many do I have to get?
5.
I need a 5?
Well, you need 5 to kill him.
Okay, I know, but what do I need to make any damage to him?
Oh, just anything. So you got 1 success?
Can I re-roll it though? Because I have
Yes.
the ring.
1 success.
That did nothing. Jesus Christ.
Alright. The monster suffers damage equal to your test result. It takes 1. And you flip your card.
And now it's at 6. Hey, that was me flipping my card. It didn't
Oh,
say you flipped. My
sorry.
card did it. Mm-hmm.
Losing control of the energy, it bursts from your hands in a flurry of quick slices. The blood it draws only strengthens its power to cause pain. You and each other investigator in your space suffers 1 face-down damage. Then the monster suffers 1 additional damage for each investigator in your space. So you take a damage, and it takes a damage.
It takes 2 damage.
Oh, right.
1 for each of us. So what's it at now? 7?
8.
8? God dang it. It's gonna end up killing us before we can kill it.
And next turn. Mythos phase. No, the Mythos phase will probably kill us. The fire spreads. It spreads here. You spread here. And it spreads this way. Oh, spreading onto a monsterer. How convenient.
I forgot all about him.
Oh, the monster just takes 1 damage of it.
Too bad I can't, like, push you through my portal.
Alright, a small symbol etched into the metal of the key you found comes alive at the touch of a finger. This Mythos event affects the investigator with a key with the highest lore. That would be me. Your mind forms a strange and unwilling bond to some alien being. Suffer 2 horror, will negates, then flip 2 horror face up.
You're dead.
Yep, I'm a corpse. The wind whipping around the portal begins pulling whole chunks of the mansion into the other world. Each investigator and each monster in the dining room, kitchen, or lounge moves to the nearest space in the entry hall or hall end. Each investigator who moved suffers 4 damage, then discards the dining room, the lounge, and the lounge tiles. What?
I'm not in any of those places. It sucked them into the hole. Dining room's gone.
And the lounge.
We didn't have the lounge out.
Yeah. So
That would have been off the other side.
and they're gone.
Okay.
Okay, Dark Druid starts his turn, automatically takes a point of damage from the fire, and is within range of you.
Does
And
the Basilisk die now that you're gone? Because it
yeah.
only has damage from one person.
the druid curls inward and writhes with abject agony, producing from a tattered robe a horde of small rodents that scurry towards you. Make an agility test. You need 2.
All right, my sparkly shoes.
Gives you a 4. And you can reroll.
Come on, special shoes of love.
Yay! The vicious creatures are easily sidestepped. The ancient basilisk moves 3 spaces towards the nearest investigator and then attacks each investigator in its space. It doesn't even need to move. But it does take a point of damage from the fire.
Yeah.
Monster attacks you. The basilisk moves with blinding speed. It lifts its massive bulk into the air and then slams it down directly on top of you. Make a...
Agility check.
Nope.
My guess. No?
Observation test. +1. So 4.
What do I need to get?
4.
I need a 4?
Yep.
That's hysterical.
So you take 3 points of damage.
Can I ring it?
Oh, you can ring it, yeah.
That didn't help at all.
Okay. You take 4 points of damage. 1,
Kills me.
2,
He has 1
3.
point of health. 1.
4. You are dead.
Wait, why didn't I get my turn first?
Because you did. You already did. You attacked it. This is the Mythos phase, dear.
I want to portal away.
Trust me, I do too.
This game sucks. I'm not buying it. It's hard.
Investigator eliminated. End game.
The sound of splintering wood and swirling energy overwhelms you as you desperately cling to the disintegrating fragments of the mansion. As the vile ritual concludes, green light from the cult's portal sickens the sky. With a great crack, the last of the building's foundation is wrenched from the ground, and you are pulled, helpless and screaming, into the rift.
We're not screaming. We're dead as fuck.
GG. We lost.
We need more people. That's just too tough,
Holy
man.
shit.
Jesus Christ.
And that's a difficulty 2? What the fuck?
So, Bam, you want to die Friday?
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
god. I thought Descent was hard. Holy shit.
If anyone else wants to play, we'll have one more spot. All you have to do is have Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, so...
And I'm sure this is a great advertisement for wanting to get your ass kicked.
So, just to reiterate, like I said earlier in the cast, we're going to be doing... I don't know if we're going to be doing this specific scenario, but we'll be doing a scenario this coming Friday. We've got slots for 2 people, so if you're interested and want to join in, please let us know sooner than later. But that's it. That's Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, it was painful.
If I were to do a review of this game, my review would be simply this.
Ouch.
It's fun until you hit the stupid mastermind thing. That is the worst game mechanic you could ever put into a fucking game. I didn't like the original Mastermind. Why would you put it in this? But that's okay, because later on, I think me and Kemi are going to be doing a full playthrough for Night of the Zealot for Arkham Horror, the card game, in the future. We're doing a dry run of it off stream ourselves because we haven't played it all the way through, but we'll play it again on TTS, on stream, once we've gotten to that point. Worse than Ghost Heat? Yes, worse than Ghost Heat Joe. So bad. So bad. But other than that, I love the game. It's simple. It's got a little bit of complexity to it. If I were to pick between this or Descent, I'd probably pick Descent. But that's just me, because you have to, it's more tactical, you have to move around on little squares and stuff. This just covers like areas of the mansion. I don't know so much about the new Descent that's coming out soon. I have yet to see that or play it or do anything with it. We're trying to do more board games on our sister channel, so if anybody has any suggestions for like games you'd like to see on there, on #adventure, please let me know. We would love to do some more. We're kind of breaking into our board game thing, so we want to test as many different games as we can on TTS, because apparently me and Kemi are kind of building our board game repertoire collection. So what do we have so far? Catan, Bad Apples, Munchkin, Arkham Horror,
Yeah.
Civilization: A New Dawn. By the way, that's a fantastic game. You should play it. What else? I don't remember. Yeah, Civ was actually a blast, except for when the French kicked my ass twice. During the first test game and the second game. Yeah, I got nuked into submission. It sucked. But yeah. We were actually thinking about Sindari at one point, because we saw, what was that game? Dead of Winter? And I think Sindari suggested the crap out of that game, so we were looking at it. So we might give that a try at some point in the near future. There's also Betrayal on the Hill, or House on the Hill. That's a horror game that I think we want to check out, but we need more than, I think, 2 people to play that reliably. So we'll be putting together a list of games and inviting people that want to join in for those later on as we continue to play through these test games to see if we want to buy them. But that's it. That's all I got. So thank you to Kemi for the amazing fun.
I died well, you're welcome.
Yeah, we died horribly. Come on.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, God. Alright, guys. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. I wanted to do kind of a surprise stream to make up for last weekend. Sorry. But if you catch up with us, this Thursday we're going to have a small stream, and then Friday we're going to have the Mansions of Madness stream, and then this coming Saturday we'll kick back into high gear with some more Megamech. Probably Black Hand Megamech. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. But until then, I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to Crast for the Prime resub, and of course to my good friend and buddy Bayou Deputy, who rated us earlier. Bayou is a fantastic streamer. Follows are free. Definitely go check out his channel. You won't be disappointed. He's been doing a lot of MechWarrior 5, so if you're into that big stompy robots, definitely go check him out. He also does some Call of Duty stuff as well. I don't know if he's been playing it recently as well. But click on that link, hit the follow. Twitch will notify you when he goes live. You won't be disappointed. All right, that's it for tonight's stream. I gotta get to bed. So thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with us. I hope you guys had a fun night wherever you happen to end up on Twitch. Have a great night. Until then, God bless every single one of you. Be good to each other. And as always, keep it casual. I'm out of here.
fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.